Okay, I think I'm live. Let's see. Let's see. Am I actually live? That's the question. When it goes live, I'm live. Okay, I am live. The folk filmmaking live stream is ready to go. Let me throw up some links. I gotta get everyone ready to go for this. Give me 1 second. We are ready. Let's see if anyone's going to be here in the comments. Totally live. Totally live. Yes, we are. So, how's it going, everyone? This is the Folk Filmmaker live stream. We are here live in Joliet, Illinois. And as you can tell, you can see everyone here just chilling with me. They decided to go and do something else, so yeah, actually it's just going to be me today. So we'll see what happens, but I am excited. Oh, Thomas, hi, how's it going, man? Got the pizza ready? Yes, we got the pizza in the oven, cooking it up, ready to go. Oh, hi, Thomas Jackson. How's it going? Give me a few minutes, guys. I'm going to just quick set some stuff up for marketing just to get people... I want to get people into this live stream. You can see the empty chairs. Where is everyone? Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Share the live stream around, guys. We're going to try to get it out to as many people as possible. Let's do it. Okay, I think I've got all the stuff really ready to go. Just want to promo it to everyone. So, how's it going, guys? How are we doing? I'm going to be talking about folk filmmaking. Hopefully, this will be interesting to everyone. I'm really excited to talk about folk filmmaking. It's been a really unique, fun week I've had, and I'm just really excited just to get into it a little bit more and talk a little bit more folk filmmaking. It will be a blast. Let's see. Sorry, I'm just quick doing a couple things. We are live. There's like some sort of sound coming from behind the door or something.
Is this the bathroom?
Oh, yeah, you guys can come in.
Okay. Whoa. And this is supposed to be New York, right? Where are we? So, what is this?
Oh my gosh.
Suicide Squad?
Yeah, exactly.
Whoa.
What's going on? It seems like there's all these people that just randomly just...
Wow.
Where's
Where's a little further away from your mouth?
Yeah.
It's clipping a little bit.
Clipping a little bit, yeah.
wow, it's so crazy. It's like,
That
See?
worked and it was also funny.
Welcome back to our channel, everyone.
Oh
All
my
Productions, home with a no-budget film school.
Who am I lied to? Where is this?
Everyone's just going to just do all their pitches at
I
once.
was promised Joel Haver.
Hey guys, we have everyone here. Let's just go and introduce everyone, just in case some people don't know. I feel like everyone does,
You can
but
start with yourself.
yeah, I'm Dan Lotz of 92 Films.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I'm Caleb Robinson of RC Films.
I am Nathan Cash of RC Films.
Dick Jordan from Doom Productions.
I'm Ethan from Doomed Productions.
And Joel Dick, 92.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, everyone, the whole gang is here. We had to build up a little bit, had to give a little suspense, but I wanted to make sure maybe it failed or something like that.
You trick people.
Yeah, I feel like
Did the bit work for
did the bit. Yeah, I don't think it did. I think everyone saw right through it. Let me just quick pin some stuff. I'm gonna quick get some stuff ready for marketing, and just so if anyone has just reach out to everyone, and just tell people that we're live.
Hell
Yeah, we're gonna share this around.
So it's just a good 4 minutes of us on our phones.
Yeah, the first few minutes will be probably just all of us. Someone said Thomas is Joel Dick in the flesh, but he just said fleshy instead of flesh.
I'm in the fleshy, baby. I'm in the fleshy.
Oh yeah, I saw the last edge.
Mike's right there. You know hide it.
So it seems like maybe if someone can get this onto, if anyone is on stream or here that could get this onto the Reddit.
Oh,
Okay.
I can't post from my mobile thing.
I don't have the app right now.
okay, I got it.
Well,
Okay.
this is the-
So let's start lining up some interesting questions. If anyone has some questions right now, the earlier we get to it, the more likely we're going to get to your questions. Just because I think there'll be more people coming in, and so shoot as many questions as you possibly can.
I have terrible internet.
I'm going to start while I'm waiting. I'm going to set this up a little bit so I can get the mic, and I'm going to quick.
Should we be doing anything? Or?
No. You go for when we start. We'll just promo everything, and then everyone will be waiting, and then we'll basically just go straight into questions. Okay. So if you have any questions, that would be the time to ask us right now.
Oh, Nathan, you have a question?
Can we throw up gang signs?
You have to select the
We are live.
subreddit. Yeah, you got it.
922.
Interesting title. I would say it's you from
So let's see.
Doom Productions.
Oh, yeah. That'll be easy to just retweet or tweet.
Video
Talk about
Carnage.
project coming up.
Let's see. We got some people talking about Video Carnage.
What's that?
Yeah, I'm gonna once I post this, I'm gonna check that out and see what's up about Video
Video
Carnage.
Carnage.
Post.
That was a movie that exists. It's got a great title. I've never heard of it.
Okay, and I think from there we'll just take it and I'll start talking to everyone. We are live.
Ask them if the
Okay.
audio sounds fine.
Yeah. Big question. How does the audio sound? Does it sound right?
Yeah, does this sound good?
Does this sound good?
Can you hear me? Can you?
I feel like this should probably sound more professional than.
When I speak into this mic, can you hear me? How's this one sounding?
I don't even have a mic, so I just hope.
See,
I'll
it
yell.
still goes. It still goes up when you guys talk. So I think that's
Okay.
actually really good.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay.
I won't do anything then.
Someone said, Jordan, you're looking fresh.
Hey!
Who's that?
Ooh, on Movie Productions Merdul.
Hey,
Hey.
what up?
Okay. How many scenes did you saw? Question.
I gotta bring up the chat.
How many scenes did you saw?
This is to Caleb. How many scenes did you saw? I don't know what that means.
What?
Of
Well, that's from
what?
Kyle Roy.
Kyle Roy. What do you
Explain yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, so someone
Both
said
mics are
both
good.
mics sound good.
Thank you, Kyle.
We can hear in the back. It's Elizabeth says it's muffled.
Oh.
I think
That's
I think
through a
it's
wall for
honestly
her.
I think it's because it's.
Oh, it's
Ah,
a joke. She's
it's a
joking.
joke. Get out of here.
Maybe move it a little back. The mic.
I think your mic. I think your mic is really hot. So I think you just got your
Yeah.
always really close.
So do you want me to just? I should probably just bring.
No, that's not.
Oh, just
you
just
can,
Yeah.
got it. You like.
I can. What
So
I
the
can do is
jo-
I can change. I can change the. Let me come around and change the.
Be careful, not shout in the front mic, Dan, and blow. it.
Yeah, gotcha.
So what I'm gonna do for that one, I'm just gonna turn.
We're gonna turn the volume
We're
down.
get the cleanest mic according
I
to
like
Zach.
this idea. Zach,
Yeah, I think
you're here.
Zach.
I think it's because I'm talking loud.
I'm basically putting it down
Our
like
boy.
12
We're
decibels.
just talking about.
We're gonna bring it down.
This is relevant to you guys too because you
Okay.
know the truth.
Is going to be
Does this sound better?
greatest filmmaker out there.
If so, if not, I can put it back further if it sounds better that way.
You guys know the truth.
Y'all.
Better. He said better.
I just realized that literally like always.
Sounds better.
They probably can't hear.
Okay. I think.
Turn it down again.
Yeah. If we need to turn it down more, tell us. We're gonna try to calibrate all of this. So this is all part of a giant live stream that involves like a bunch of people. So if this is better.
Yeah, we're figuring this out.
In general, though, I can always just move the mic further back if that makes any sense.
I'm scared, Caleb.
Much better. Okay. Seems like the mic fix was a success.
Whoa.
Yeah. Everyone just starts screaming. Sounds good. Just tuned in and subscribed. Well, thank you, Kevin Crane. Does anyone know Kevin?
No, but he sounds like a comic book
Hey,
character.
I know him now.
Kevin Crane it does sound like a comic book
It's
character.
that thing, like the
Alright, Kevin.
Let's
you're
go
top.
straight to the controversial stuff. Have you heard of any of Dan's Star Wars opinions? Fuck!
Never seen Star Wars before.
Turn
so.
up the back mic more.
Turn the back so the back mic is a little quiet.
It's quiet.
Oh, dang it.
Test.
They're trying to silence us.
Okay, let's go into Star Wars opinions right now, just because that's a great one. I love The Last Jedi, so and I'm not joking about this. This isn't a joke. I love The Last Jedi.
Last Jedi.
Now, like everyone's gonna unsubscribe, so okay, you can end the live stream right now.
Very nice.
You guys have any interesting hot takes on Star Wars that'll piss people
I don't feel like this is a hot take, but Revenge of the Sith is my favorite of all the movies.
That's not really hard.
Oh wow, that's actually pretty interesting.
Wait, Revenge of the Sith? Is
Yeah,
that the...
so-
I feel like things have
Revenge of
changed.
the Sith is underrated.
I feel like things have changed to the point where I feel like Revenge of the Sith definitely. When I watched it last time, I was like, "Holy shit! This is just like this movie has like
It has
pacing for days. It just it's so paced out really well." Don't ask
That's-
Dan about his Marvel opinions.
I
either.
love Star Wars.
Well,
Revenge of the
maybe
Sith.
do because he's
okay.
surrounded by people who actually
Yeah.
like Marvel stuff.
So
okay.
yeah, everyone here except for Joel, I think, likes Marvel, and yeah, I'm not a big fan of Marvel.
I love Marvel. Current Marvel isn't necessarily completely my jam, but like I was a Marvel stan for a very, very long time, especially like during the Infinity stuff. So
Well, you made a whole Spider-Man movie, so of course you
I
are.
I am a Marvel fan through and through.
I was gonna say that would be a little weird if you didn't like any characters you just decided.
Oh,
to
I
like.
love the Marvel characters. Yeah,
Chicken poop. Dan, I am here.
that's intimidating.
Do you not?
Chicken poop.
If you don't realize, Chicken Poop is like my #1 live stream fan. Like he was at one point, like he was the mod. We had him for the mod for a while because we were having some like crazy people attacking us.
Chicken Poop made an awesome drawing of me from Video Carnage.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah. It's super
on,
good.
on
I need
Instagram.
after this, you need to show
Go
me that.
check them out. Yeah, yeah.
That's awesome.
The one, the only, the ultimate Chicken Poop. Someone says they love The Last Jedi. This is cinema. Martin
Or is it no? Is it
Scorsese.
Crazy Chicken
It
animation?
was Crazy Chicken.
I'm so sorry. The poop and the chicken.
There's Crazy
There's
Chicken
too
just came in too. He said everyone loves Spidey, but if you hate Marvel, you love even if you hate Marvel, you love. That's weird because I love the Raimi Spider-Man.
That's true. That's
Two
true.
wait, two chickens? Whoa.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
two
two
chickens.
Nah, that's funny.
Sounds like the name of a movie.
Ethan Stevens.
Hey!
We were
Hey! Woo, we haven't seen Not Now yet.
Well, Dan
Oh, we
has.
want to.
I have, and we were talking about it. We have a couple videos coming out, and I think in one or two of them we might have referenced.
We did today.
The,
Yeah,
the
today-
superior,
If it ends up in the cut, like we talked about it today.
It's ending up in the cut.
the superior Ethan.
You got anything to say, Joel?
What happened first, cinematography or acting? Acting, definitely. Acting happened first. We were young, and Danny Boy said, "Hey, let's just go out and just make stuff." And with a bunch of our friends from Speech and Debate homeschool group, and that's how I basically saw and first met Dan. And I acted in a bunch of his films and loved it. So
You copied
Yeah.
my origin story. Which
There it is.
We have some really good videos. I think even for like the Doom channel, like talking about cinematography and stuff.
Yeah.
So we're just building just a mountain of content. Like for like probably like a whole month, you're gonna
What are
just
you
see a
guys
bunch
gonna be
of stuff.
posting RC films?
Wait, what?
What are you guys gonna be posting?
Oh shit.
What are we talking about?
We're talking about content. So I was asking what you guys are gonna post.
Yeah.
These guys are too hard working at features.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah. So what's it like, guys? Been coming to Chicago? Like, let's just go over that a little bit. Just,
Oh yeah.
Why does the sky have to be so moist?
Yeah. The humidity is pretty rough. Not gonna lie.
It feels like someone's constantly licking me with like Mountain Dew tongue.
My hands are like I'm just sitting in a house and my hands feel super sticky and I do not like it. But yeah.
Basically, Chicago has
Hi,
been
guys,
a huge
let's turn
success.
this back.
All right.
We're gonna.
It's humid.
Yeah. Basically, Chicago sucks, but it's also great at the same time.
Question to Joel: did you go to Speech and Debate?
yeah, that's where I met Dan. Yeah, you wouldn't tell. You couldn't tell that I did Speech and Debate, but yes.
And then, I just dropped my first teaser trailer for the film Void Man. I saw that this morning. That was actually what I woke up to. I woke up and it literally was like I watched it and I was like, okay, I'm gonna get up
Void Man, where's that at? I'm gonna look it up.
On YouTube.
on YouTube.
Oh shit.
How do you guys finance your films? How do you guys finance your films? Also, are you married?
That's it.
I think that is to any of you in general. Or any of you
Just take
married?
it one at a time.
Yeah,
I'm
let's
married.
just go through.
I'm married, yeah, happily married.
Me and Ethan are newlyweds.
No.
Not married.
married, obviously.
Uh,
If you've seen any of the live streams.
Subidism. I'm not sure how you say your name, but I have your trailer.
A soap opera.
loaded.
I've been meaning to see that movie.
That's been in the playlist for
Yeah.
a minute for
Yeah,
us.
I'm gonna put your.
I'm gonna
movie
get to
on,
it.
Your trailer on standby so
Wait.
Caleb and I can watch it later.
Yeah,
FYI.
that sounds great.
Yes.
Yakima is dry hot.
Yeah.
That sounds nice
That's
right now.
Portland, too.
We're used to, they said we're used to dry hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, right now
Or
the
dry cold.
the,
like
the,
cold.
the boys are literally like dying right now. I can just tell you that right now.
Every time we go outside, it's like death incarnate.
Yeah.
I usually feel more comfortable going outside comparatively to an inside hotness, but inside hotness feels like Yakima, outside hotness feels like a very devilish asshole. I don't know. I don't know. It's that's the best way I can.
I'm
do
gonna
it.
backtrack us real quick because we did the married half of the question, but we did not talk about how we finance our films. And I don't want that to get lost.
That's a better question.
So
yeah.
we did not forget. So let's do that
One at
real
a time.
quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Start again. Back to Caleb. We'll just do another.
Oh yeah, so I finance my films through whatever I have my hands on, whether that be my family income, whether that be, Nathan, producer man over here, anybody who works on our movies, every once in a while they'll pitch in for things that we need. But yeah, it's very I live paycheck to paycheck, so it's not easy, but we make it work. Yeah,
What he said.
yeah.
What he said.
What he said.
Yeah, hopefully it's not a lot. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
I go to my wife.
The real producer.
I mean, same here.
Exactly.
Why do you think she's the producer on the films? People think
Yeah.
I'm joking. No,
my wife too. Yeah.
I in seriousness, I would say the biggest thing is try to make it for as low as possible, and keep it really, really cheap. And if you can, I think for Sheep Theater, Pure Cinema, and Chlorine, I funded that all with just my own money. I know for Long Con, I almost literally went bankrupt. I had no money. It seems like there's a serious meme going in the background.
Yeah. I agree though. Not So Amazing was that with us too. It was. I went that entire time without getting nice things for myself. The only exception being my wife got me a PlayStation 4, in the midst of making Not So. But other than that, I had no money for anything except for that movie and then rent and everything. So I vibe with that for sure.
The movies don't need to cost that much money. We made Video Carnage for $269, but it only could have cost $20. The other all the money was spent on food and gifts for people who let us use their house. Yeah. So you don't need to spend a lot of money to make a movie.
Yeah, for sure.
Someone says it's kind of unfair that Pumpkin wasn't invited from.
What we're talking about in the back. Right
That's
here.
what we're all following along with the stream right now.
Yeah.
If anyone's wondering.
We
You're
probably have more
correct,
people
visual.
in the stream than watching the stream. But yeah, it's actually. Let's move on to the next set of questions, which let's see.
Dan and Caleb look like brothers.
I'm making sure.
We knew that was coming.
That's just
it
obvious
is.
at this point. Yeah.
Yeah, and we have the
We
same.
are brothers secretly. That's the.
Yeah, that's the twist. Of folk filmmaking.
That's the Shyamalan
Just get it out of the way
Get
in
it
the
out of the-
beginning.
Also, Thomas S. Nice.
For $269.
There is a 69 and 420 joke in Video Carnage. Look really closely. It's in there,
Oh
people.
no, I gotta see it.
I thought it was a super band.
I put a 69 in Living with Trevor also.
Oh, that's an interesting one. Okay.
Jordan, have you ever considered doing voiceover?
Yes.
Because
That
I
would
guess
be
you
a
have the
great-
best audio setup of all of us.
Yeah, I
right
know.
now.
Yeah,
I
think I do feel like Jordan does have the best voice of all of us. I feel like you could do a trailer voice.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was the best pitch though. So
Jordan, you can move that closer.
what have we been doing? I guess that'd be the question. When we were out here, I feel like everyone hasn't really got any vibe of what we were doing since you guys got here. Maybe any of you guys could kind of explain.
Girl, I still don't know what's happening.
We are just filming shit.
Take us through day one, Nathan.
Yeah, what happened yesterday,
Yeah.
which is the most bizarre day.
Well, take us through a plane trip, actually, first.
I'm the story guy right now.
Yeah,
Okay.
You got the mic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you like? Should I take? Okay, I'm taking. Oh shit! I'm taking the mic. Oh no! Don't. Oh fuck! I'm in the middle now.
Oh, wait, don't. Oh, wait.
Language, sir.
Tell the story.
Sorry. Okay,
You're
sweet.
good.
Forgive my language, children. All right. So story time. basically, it started off with Caleb and I getting to Oregon, and that day passed by fast. Doom Boys and RC just hung out, did a couple filmmaker hangouts, shout out, and basically we did those, and then we hung out at the Portland airport for a good couple hours, the Seattle airport for a couple hours, and then we had the hardest time finding Dan at the O'Hare.
Hold up.
You're
You're
skipping
skipping
over.
so many good details, so I'm going to interject here really quickly.
You take
On-
it.
Basically, Nathan, you did a
You take it.
terrible job.
I didn't
So-
want
You failed. You failed.
So hold up.
been
Hold
voted
up.
off the
I'm going
island.
to take the most memorable thing on the trip on the way to Chicago. We flew 30 minutes to Seattle, pretty much. Then from Seattle, it was a 4-hour flight to Chicago. One of the most uncomfortable, painful flights I've ever been on. But during the middle of the flight, we were flying. It's really, really dark. And there's a little bit of shaking on the plane. And we're literally flying through a lightning storm. So the windows are seriously flashing on and off for like a good 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And we're all not sitting together because we bought cheap seats. And I look over at Ethan, and Ethan is hunched just like that. He's hunched over just like that, looking like he's just praying to be like, please God, let me live. I just want to let me live on.
I will make the best fun films.
What's best is I had no idea there was a lightning storm happening. I was just trying to sleep, but I was so uncomfortable. That was the only position I found that was like tolerable. So I had no idea this lightning was happening.
And it was so scary. I thought we might die. I thought lightning would strike the plane. I guess they do that often, though. I'm assuming, but I
Planes
don't
are
know.
meant to tolerate it to a
Yeah,
point.
but it was scary.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I skipped that part because I hate.
For us, it wasn't as bad because we just watched Invincible the whole time.
Yeah, that was kind of our story.
We thought
you
we
guys
could
had
sleep.
like a hellish experience and we just vibed with
It was
Invincible.
awful.
The only reason why is like also I just don't want to be the guy who talks too much because like I feel like I
No,
get
you're
that
good.
a lot.
You're
All
good.
right.
You're good.
So would you like me to continue with the story time?
Yeah, what happened once
I
we
just
got to
said-
Chicago?
Sorry, I gotta do some stuff.
So we almost died on the airplane, so that was fun. So then we finally land. Our backs cracked the worst type of crack because it was basically like all of our backs were just messed up. And then we got off the plane and we were like, man, I sure hope Chicago is like nice and cool. And we got out and then it hit us like a fucking ton of bricks. Sorry. It's like that, like literally it was the most humid. Like I have never felt humid before. And then I stepped off and immediately almost got back on the plane because that is awful. Like I could not imagine someone living like that. So here we are, second day in. Either way,
It sounds like a fun time.
yeah. So
Where, like it stinks, but oh my goodness.
I think they want to go home.
we're being held at
we want to
gunpoint.
leave.
So basically, yesterday happens, and we are walking out of the airport. That took a minute because Dan was being confusing with the directions. Ethan, we were,
I think it might have been more on me if I'm honest.
and then I was gonna say Ethan was also having a hard time understanding things, and
By being confusing, I mean I sent them a photo. I sent them
Photo helped a lot.
I sent them a photo. I sent them the exact directions. That's confusing. But I feel like there's more interesting stuff that happened after we got here and it was super hot.
Yes.
Does anyone want to kind of take that part?
Oh, what? Once we got here?
Yeah.
Go
Yeah.
through that.
Okay, yeah. So once we got here, we got out from the airplane, which is just like a normal airplane feel, and in the second we walked out of the airplane doors, the humidity hit us like a ton of bricks, and it's been like that ever since. Outside of being inside houses and stuff. So then we packed in cars. Nathan and I drove here with Joel Dick, and that was awesome.
Yes.
We were really looking forward to meeting Joel, and can confirm he's great. So is Dan.
I'm still undecided.
Don't make this political, Jordan. I'm just kidding. But yeah, then we just hung out. All of us.
I'm not sure.
I don't know. Oh, Ed. Oh, that's fine.
Oh,
Is
God.
Ed here?
Oh, Ed's.
Oh,
Got
cool.
it.
Ed.
You might have to stand.
No, you can get comfortable on those chairs over there.
Oh, okay, right on.
Yeah, our friend Ed is here.
Yeah.
Ed, special guest.
Yeah.
Give him the mic. Give him the mic, baby.
drop the mic. All right.
You gotta say something.
Ed,
One thing.
What's your claim to
Ed?
fame?
Ed?
That going all the way over.
Hello.
Yay!
Okay. Ed, if you want to come through here, you can go through.
It's probably easiest.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's probably easier.
He's in.
Yeah.
feel like
wait.
chairs
Wait.
anywhere?
How are we gonna get him in the?
We need Ed on screen.
Well, I don't know. I was gonna see if we could see him at all because we might be able to pan.
All right. Hey, Ed.
It's a pretty.
I don't know what to do here.
If you guys can't tell, this is a
Okay.
hyper planned and not
Joel
impromptu.
and Eyes
live stream.
That way, and Jordan's.
I'm gonna go over some questions. I'm gonna go over some questions while we're figuring out the end
little.
situation.
Okay,
Um,
I'm looking at them.
Jordan, scoot towards the mic a little bit.
Let's
Scoot
towards the
mics
mic.
that way.
Real quick, there was
'Cause we
someone
can
who
get
said- let me look for
Ed
that.
here, I think.
The idea of folk. Okay. Filmmaking awards, the
not
folk
perfect,
Oscars,
but-
best debut, etc. Be interested in, just a thought I had, and of course that sounds fantastic. You know, the more people we get, I mean, we have enough people in general. Like maybe like there is
that's
a
actually
way,
perfect.
Like
It's
next
like,
year.
it's like a puzzle piece.
Hello.
Oh, my
The
bad.
next time we do like a hello.
you want to add to the stream? Hi. You hit the mic.
I think next year when we I think next year when we do this folk thing, folk filmmaker hangout thing, we could probably do like an award session or something like that. I don't know.
The audio broke out a little bit.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
looking
that's
at
when
that.
I hit it, probably.
One of the mics is messed up apparently.
Y'all hear
I
that?
can't see it on here.
Oh, this mic is not working.
Hold up, are you sure?
I see it working on.
Is it working now?
Let me go tell him. Do it again.
Can't hear question.
There's gonna be a delay.
There's gonna be delay.
Yeah, there's gonna be quite.
Yeah, something happened with this mic.
It
Jordan,
looks like
take the mic.
It looks like it's working for me.
If you can hear me,
Yeah, we'll see. It might be just a delay, and it might have been when it got messed up earlier.
Yeah, let us know. Just let us know going forward.
It went again.
it went again, so it probably went out again.
No, it was before she hit it.
It's working now.
It's working now. Thanks so much,
Oh my gosh, okay.
Elijah. And
I can't
last
keep
night.
up with any of this.
Sounds cool. Chicken. Saw some of your art. Sit on Joel's lap, Ed.
Joel's lap, Ed.
Does Joel have a favorite cinematographer?
Not really. No. I have not delved into most cinematographers, and you know, that could be depressing, I guess, for some of you. But for me, it's exciting because I can, in the future, really do my best in studying up. I took a cinematography class in school, but they didn't like go over the best cinematographers. They were more focused on teaching us. So.
Of like cinematographers in this room.
Oh.
say?
Oh.
no.
Man, I don't know.
It's okay. The answer's
I
very
did
obvious.
do cinematography on Sheep Theater. I am in the running.
Oh my gosh, I'm on the hot seat now. Oh, what am I? Man, there's something about a movie coming up about a bell. I don't know. There's something. It might be so awesome that you guys gotta see that sizzle reel soon when it comes out, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, we might have seen some exclusive footage of something.
Yeah.
That's all I'll say. You want to jump in the stream for a second, Elizabeth?
No, I just want to say hi to Ed.
Hello. Real quick, do we?
Hi, Ed.
Sorry. Do we want to like start looking through the older questions that we
Yeah,
have?
there's a lot of questions
we
we.
should- lot.
Thomas S is the next one.
I'm not gonna look at.
Are you-
Let's just go. Dan, you be the question.
Yeah, I'm gonna be the question guy. I'm
I'm gonna put this away. It's too hard to keep track of.
I think I'll just be the moderator. Come through. Jordan has the voice of a 31-year-old man.
That's a good question.
Yes.
That was a funny question from Kyle Roy. That's a funny question.
Thanks,
Yes.
Kyle.
Sorry, it just was so funny. I had to read that one. Jordan, have you considered doing voiceover?
We read that.
Hotel show?
Yeah.
I'm going through, guys. You should hold boxing matches. We have considered that. Me and Caleb might.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm down.
We did the Folk Filmmaking Award season. I think a lot of people are interested. I definitely think there could be something really cool with that idea. And I know Nathan talked a little bit about it, but I think a Folk Filmmaking Award season, the one thing I think I would be against is making it seem like if I was going to do something, let's say on this channel, I would want to make it like my personal opinions on it, not like what is objectively best. And that's what I dislike about the award season is like, this is objectively the best film.
Yeah.
I would much rather be like, hey, this is Dan's opinion. And I might do something in that vein where it's just my opinion. It's not like asking everyone to rate it and like say who's best and who's worst.
I think it would be cool if we could find a panel of people that aren't even necessarily like
Filmmakers. Yeah.
filmmaker, because that's the thing. If we are all the judges, then like the whole thing is pointless in my opinion.
That is basically it's going to be one of two things, which is like it's either just one channel or each channel does their own favorite folk films of the year, and I think that could be a video.
Yeah.
I just don't know if like an award show with us
Like the
would be impartial at all. It just would be hard to be impartial.
It would be great to just have everyone in all the filmmakers record a video saying, "Hey, this is my favorite movie of the year." Send it to you, and you just put it all together in one.
That might be a much better or a more fair way to do it. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I have one more last idea. Like basically what we did with the folk filmmaking playlist, where we had the introductions to every movie. What if every person chose a movie of the year, and then they made a video about it specifically and a clip of it, so we could put into this compilation of videos?
That's what I
We have
just
YouTube
said.
YouTube royalty. Trent Lankarski.
Oh, shit! I love Trent so
Trent-
much.
He's coming in with some comments. So great to see all of you dudes together. Question and discussion. Do you prefer making films using a script or improvise, or a good mix of both? I will take first, and I think that's obvious. Improv.
So I'm a very script person. It helps me get the narrative down, but I'm also never opposed to improv. I think both features that I've made have at least 30% improvisation when it comes to like dialogue, and very it doesn't happen super often, but every now and again there'll be a plot point or something that's improvised too. I like to keep things open-minded, but it always starts with a very solid foundation, which is the script for me. So
Before we go any further, I feel like this might be a good part to announce that Trent has a very, very small part in my film, Watch Me As I Go.
Oh.
So,
I love it.
let's go.
Let's go a little further in terms of the script and non-script.
Script or non-script?
I would say, I feel like
You want to hold this one?
yeah. I feel like doing it with a script a lot of the time can tend to focus an idea and really develop it well. Is the upside to that. The downside is it's not as fun. Like something about improv is just so much fun, and it like re-energizes you as you're making film. So I think it's less of like is one over the other, and more of how do you like to make film, or do you want to make like more of a like the film that if it's got a lot more pre-production behind it, there's going to be a different type of story you can tell as opposed to the improv method, which it's a lot more fun. That's what I'd say.
And then I'll just take the mic back, and then you just guys will take with that one.
I'll go for it.
Yeah, you go.
I've kind of gotten to work both ends of it now, where I've made an improv feature film that I shot entirely on my own, and then I also got to be just an actor on a improv feature film this summer. But then also I've written my first feature film and just wrapped shooting it last Saturday. So I've kind of gotten a feel for all of it. I'm still kind of getting my final thoughts on how I feel about all of that. But I think at this point, if I had to answer, it would be I like having a script, but I also like having that script known so well that we can know when it's okay to leave it behind and go for improving. Yeah.
Ed, do you have an answer? You're next.
Kind of a blend of both, I would say. I definitely enjoy writing scripts. I have a bunch that I've been working on for a while. As far as, so maybe kind of separating the two. I like writing scripts, but as far as the production process of it, it is a lot of fun to go off script and just do whatever.
See what happens. No?
Yeah.
I'm kind of with these gentlemen. I like scripting. I go down to storyboarding the entire film, down to every single cut. Everything in my movies are very intentional, and that's what's fun for me, and that's what works for me. But that doesn't mean when you have a script, that doesn't mean you don't improvise. It just means you have a very clear vision of your movie going into it. Whereas I think what's fun about improvising is that vision. You don't necessarily need to have a vision, but you find that vision along the way, and that can also be really fun.
Well, and just because you improvise doesn't mean you can't
yes.
script out certain set pieces
Exactly.
that are vital to your film.
Mhm.
So you
Yep.
can't always do a blend. It just depends on what's going to get the film done. If you know that getting the film done means you're going to be writing a script, write a script. If getting the film done means, hey, I just need to go out there and do something, do that. Whatever gets the film done, I would say do whatever that is, and then show us. Come on.
I'm going to do a lightning round of a bunch of questions. We're going to go real fast because we are really behind. Let's see. Mike is messed up. Blah, blah, blah. trying to see where we left off at. Does anyone know?
It was Trent's question.
Yeah.
That was I skipped a bunch in between though. Trent was just because I saw him come in.
How about we just right now we say resend your questions right now.
Yeah,
so we can
honestly,
have a start.
the best thing would be if you have any questions, dying questions, resend them because I'm like losing because
We're losing track.
I'm losing track and it's just too hard to like split what's coming and what's before.
I'm gonna question about me direction.
Here, take the mic in with you so you can answer.
Yeah, I think a podcast would be really cool. I think Joel and I can announce that we're going to be doing a folk filmmaking podcast, and maybe, maybe we'll record one of them like this. I feel like the hangouts that we did are basically just podcasts.
Yeah, let's do
maybe that's the launch of the podcast. We did 2 1-hour episodes roughly. That'll probably boil down to that, and I think those are going to be fun. We might do maybe another one tomorrow. Who knows? I think a podcast is definitely coming. Let's see. What's after? Just since Trent commented, there's like a bunch.
Well, we asked people to resend them.
Yeah, I know. It's good. Folk Film Fest. Yeah.
Yeah, Kyle.
That community vote would be cool. You could do popular vote. Maybe. Thank you for.
I guess.
Award show would be harmless. Is Trent here? Blah, blah, blah. Can you watch? Yeah. Someone said, yes, God is here.
I agree.
Folk filmmaking podcast where folk filmmakers interview other folk filmmakers about their new releases of prior films. That's basically what the podcast is going to be about, but it's mostly
Someone asks, what is doomed? What's the next doomed movie coming out?
Ah.
That's a question.
Wild Boys: The Hunt for Sasquatch.
When?
September.
Wait.
End of Zach, are you?
Zach,
if you're
are
in
you
the
still in
comments,
the comments? Let people know.
yeah,
Guys, look out for Zach Hendricks in the comments because
Yeah.
he's the director of
If
that.
we're
podcast.
going to
Zach
be
is
meeting
here.
up with him and
he
finishing.
already
the
put
movie.
it down.
Oh, okay, great.
Sick. So,
Small role.
yeah.
Someone said small role. History repeating itself. First it was Joel in Sheep Theater. Now Trent.
Oh yeah.
Who knows what the next film will have?
Dun, dun.
We'll see.
Dun, 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 dun. I think you're stepping on my.
Sorry.
I think we figured out the culprit of the mic situation.
Excuse me.
Nathan.
Nathan.
Sabotage from the inside.
Wait, did it disconnect seriously?
No.
you're
I
fine.
think we're good.
Can you say something?
We
again?
seem to be all right.
Hello.
Yeah, no,
one's
it's good.
freaking
We're
out.
good. We're good. I
Okay.
think you just stepped on. I think that might have been where we were having the problem. Someone says hello, everybody. Which folk films do you think have some of the best cinematography? This is a quick, just one-word answer. I feel like everyone, so we're not like like one film. Like just name a film.
Long Con.
Chlorine.
Pass. Pass me. I gotta think.
It's a movie I haven't seen yet, actually, but the opening that I have seen is one of the best, most hooking stuff I've seen, and that's They Read by Night.
Ribbon or Spiral?
Can I change my answer real quick?
You have one, Joel? All right. Ed?
Probably either Long Con or Sheep Theater.
He worked on Long Con. That doesn't count.
Good answer.
I
Good
am
answer. Good
biased
answer.
towards
He's
that.
biased.
I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say this. Tell me. Is that okay?
You can.
Okay,
You haven't
well,
seen the
From what
movie.
I've seen, the bell rings.
Oh.
No, I said
Okay.
it.
All right. Yeah. I'll concur. I'll concur.
But-
I'll make it. You guys just jealous with envy right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'll make it happen. I'll make it.
If anyone's lost, Ethan showed everyone here a little sizzle reel of the bell rings footage, a little trailer.
Just a little minute-long thing. Nothing crazy. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Oh, it was crazy, but it was.
I have some weird fucking theories about this movie, man. I'm gonna make a whole video about it.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, we have a couple more comments. What Christopher Nolan movie is your personal favorite? One-word answers. I'm gonna go Inception.
Favorite Christopher Nolan movie?
Yeah.
Interstellar by a long shot.
Dark Knight.
Concur. Dark Knight.
Oh shoot, Dunkirk.
Oh.
I think
I would actually agree. Dunkirk is really great. That's my second.
Dunkirk. I think.
Ed, get the.
Memento.
Oh yeah.
Solid.
My mind is melting out of my ear. We're gonna have to talk about this after this.
Great war movie.
Let's see. Do you guys feel guilty watching films and feel like you should spend time making films? I
That's
feel like
yes. That's why I don't watch movies very often. That's why
I
we're
watch-
always working.
I watch a lot of films and I do not feel guilty.
Yes. Me neither.
Sorry, Jordan. We're coming out after this. We're gonna make a bunch of videos about all the drama and beef that happened during this live.
There was a fight. We had some beef.
Yes.
We fought in the streets of Chicago.
It was like the Dark Knight Rises.
That's good. That's good.
Let's see. Do you guys feel guilty? No. Damn, that beard guy from Not
That's
So.
my wife.
That's
Ah,
if you definitely.
I agree though.
Would it be a good idea to study writers and novelists when wanting to write scripts, or just studying script writers? I think it was what's his name? Who made I can't remember his name. Famous director. I can't think of it. I'm never gonna get it. He's
Mr. Director Man.
I'll have a pass on this because I have a good answer. And I want to see if I can remember it.
Can you repeat the question?
Basically, should you read just scripts or novels too? Like people who write books to get better as a script.
Yeah, as a
Oh.
screenwriter.
I'm not gonna have a great answer. I don't write novels, so like scripts are great though. But I'm sure for certain people, writing books will give you similar experience in the narrative. I mean, you're still writing a narrative and working in the fictional space, so yeah.
I think it's also about more like studying, like should you study books in order to get better as a filmmaker? Like, let's say you just read a narrative in order to get better. I mean, I don't read books.
Oh, bombshell! Oh my god.
Boom! I mean, I've been reading a couple, like one or two lately, but I'm not very much into reading. And I think I've talked about this on my live streams before. What do you?
I think studying scripts for the format would be good. I think studying scripts and novels would be good for any type of storytelling, maybe just get inspiration.
Yeah, I mean, every single answer, I'm just always agreeing with Nathan. I don't know why. It's just like, it's just going crazy now.
As a very inexperienced screenwriter, I don't know if I'm the person to answer this, but I think you can pull inspiration from just about anywhere, practice from anywhere. So, sure. I'm going to say sure.
Yeah.
Ed?
Oh, Ed. Oh,
Ed?
I totally forgot. I'm a shitty moderator. Sorry.
I'm kind of along the lines of similar to studying screenplays for the format and books and novels for creativity aspects of it. I think that with novels and stories, the language is more colorful. It builds more of an imagination. I think you're living more in the world, whereas the script is more technical. So I think as far as developing the stories and that sort of thing, I think a novel is very inspirational for that. As far as formatting and writing it down as preparing for making the movie, screenplays helps with that.
Yeah, I'm kind of like these guys. Just like read everything. If you want to be a writer, you just gotta read anything you can. It can't hurt, if you're reading another style of writing. And like, I'll be reading books and I'll see like little phrases. I'm like, oh, that's a really precise, effective phrase. I can use that in a script. And it's not like anyone can call you out for, stealing that little phrase, because it's a script. It's going to be in your movie. No one's going to read the action lines or anything like that.
Who directed Fitzcarraldo? It's that guy.
Werner Herzog.
Werner Herzog.
Read.
Great.
That was what I was going to basically say. So I think ultimately, I have always been the type of guy, I prefer to read scripts. I do think that despite me not being someone who reads a lot, I think that there is probably something that I am losing out by not doing that as much. I'm trying to get better. I've been trying to read some books as of late, like as of the last month or two. I've been trying to get a little bit more into that. And we'll see the results if that pans out and makes it better. I think for impromptu, that might give me just more ideas on like what I should be coming up with in stories. So I'm gonna go into some more questions.
Yeah.
We need to clear. There's some questions about Wild Boys. Someone's asking, who is Zach? I thought Ethan and Jordan wrote and directed their own movies.
We can go into that.
We've taken a buddy of ours, Zach Hendricks, under our wing, and he's someone who's just about to go off to film school. But we came to him in the spring and we're like, hey, wouldn't it be awesome if before you left you got to make your own feature film? So we've kind of helped him with that process, but he's been directing it and leading it. We've really just kind of been there to whatever resources we have, just to have those at his disposal for his project. So we were there through the writing process with him, but it's his movie. Like, he wrote it, we just acted and just gave
We
our
shot
text.
it for a week in July, and he's been editing it since. And we saw a cut, and it's freaking hilarious.
It might be one of our best. I think it's
It's
gonna be our best
amazing.
movie of the year.
It's amazing.
Calling it now.
And yeah.
Folk filmmaking legend
So
in the
that's
chat.
who Zach is. Zach Hendricks is kind of this new person we've adopted in.
Folk filmmaking legend in the chat. The Don't Tell Show.
Hey, what up?
Coming up with a question. Where do you see this movement in 5 years' time? And if this is Don't Tell Show, maybe just record this later in case you want to put it in that video you were talking about. Where do you see folk filmmaking in 5 years? I think I made a video on it, and I think I'll basically say I think we're going to see films that are much more competently made. I think we're going to see films that rival very like low budget films that are going to rival Hollywood, and I think we're going to see films that like The Long Con or Video Carnage or Not So Amazing, where I feel like they're starting to push that boundary of like, I feel like this is watchable for a mainstream audience, and that's my take on it. If you guys want to just...
I just agree with you. Yeah. Like,
Can you come back to me?
Yeah, it's weird. I'm sort of. It's gonna be scary. I just think it's gonna be scary about how many movies there are up on YouTube. Like, I don't think we're ready.
Oh
I don't think
goodness.
anyone is ready for the amount of content in terms of feature length content on YouTube. I have a feeling it's about to explode.
yeah, it's already out of hand. We talked about
Yes,
that. Like,
yeah.
when we first met with Dude, we were all excited and pumped up to go binge watch the playlist, and now it's like, is that even humanly possible? It's possible if you're not a filmmaker, but if you're a filmmaker and you're a cinema lover, I don't think it's possible to get through that whole playlist.
Yeah.
So
I'm working on it.
you're a
I literally, they went out to go get lunch or coffee. It was coffee, and we got lunch, and I came back early, and I put Low Budget Vision's Endless August on, and I was like watching it. I'm like 3/4 of the way done, so I'm trying to watch it. But I think I've seen like over, I would say between 40 and 60 folk films, and so I've seen like I'd say a good amount of the playlist. I'd say not enough, but my goal is to reach like at least 100 films by maybe the end of the year next year. So probably next year, more likely, with 12 features. Let's go into some more questions. Is there any questions that are calling out to you guys? Like just any specific ones?
I'm trying. I can't follow. It's going too fast. It's
all over the
easier.
place. It's hard to jump back and
Yeah,
work through it.
Jordan always sounds so serious. It's like I'm always being told off.
Who said that?
Thomas.
Go to bed, Thomas. No. Is that Thomas S?
Yeah, it's Thomas S.
Nice.
Someone
nice.
said I just caught this
we love
while
you.
I was
Yeah, we love you.
camping.
Oh,
He has a good connection somehow.
Who is it?
The folk filmmaking gods coming in, letting you see the stream.
Yeah.
I hope they get to your question. There was a question, something about being critical.
I think there was a question that was something like, is there room for criticism in folk filmmaking? I hope that was the question. I think that's what it was.
I think that, yeah, and I'll say I think there totally is. I think there is a room for criticism. I think that there's a difference between criticism and bullying. I think I feel like us and Doom Productions have made our opinions extremely clear through videos. So I'd say yes. I think they would say yes. And I think the caveat only being like people who are literally like harassing or bullying people. And I think Doom Productions agrees with that.
yeah. As for us, I mean, we pretty much are in line with that. I think all criticism should be allowed to exist, but I don't think all criticism should be. It doesn't always. Us as filmmakers, we don't need to listen to all criticism. That's my opinion about it. This isn't a thing about whether or not criticism should exist, because I think we all agree that, like, no matter what, all criticism should exist. It's just a matter of whether we need to listen to it or not. And I think it just depends on the person that we're listening to, you know. But all criticism should exist, absolutely. Yeah.
I have something to say about that. I just think, I got you.
I'm getting this one arm workout.
Yeah, I mean, hey, us as filmmakers have been able to go on YouTube and throw up everything that we have, and that's awesome. And critics can throw up any type of critiques they have, but just like you have the decision to watch our films if you want. We as filmmakers have the decision to take that criticism or not.
Yeah.
So I think I'm excited for the critics that are trying to come up on YouTube. I think it's definitely a right place for it. I think there's a lot of channels that can come out and just all they do. There's so much content now that you can go through every single one on the playlist and have a unique take on that. And I definitely think that's going to be a big thing in the future. Yeah.
Well, I think also too, that's a great idea for anyone who wants to start a YouTube channel. Like, it's just make it focused on solely reviewing folk films, which the Don't Tell Show kind of does that, and it's great. But there's a lot of room for more critics in there, because that would be really awesome to have people who are not filmmakers, but critics reviewing stuff.
Whether positively or negatively, if you wanted to review folk films as a thing, like I feel like there's like a built-in audience that that if you just started a channel today, whether you were positive or negative, I feel like there would be an audience for that.
Oh, absolutely.
So putting that out there, now someone steal it.
I have the next question if you'd like to. Yeah. It's from Jesus Lufin. Please forgive me if your name's Jesus. He asked, "What is The Bell Rings? Is that a new movie by Ethan?" Oh.
Yep.
Yeah, so The Bell Rings is my next feature. Bell Rings is my next feature. We just wrapped production last Saturday, right before all this stuff happened. That was the goal, and we reached that, which has been awesome. And once I get back from this trip, I just get to go into post-production mode and edit together this movie. And the anticipation is an October release, so just be on the lookout for that.
I also have the next question.
Can you be the question guy?
Yeah,
Nathan?
you be the question
Nathan,
guy.
you're doing a good job at this.
And I want to say one thing before we move on to the next questions, which is this reminds me of when Dan was thinking about changing the thumbnail for the long con. We did a whole. Remember we did that live stream?
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Yeah, so we basically did a live stream
I remember that.
where we completely changed the thumbnail because our audience was like pissed about the other one. It was really fun.
Yeah.
That's funny.
That's a good one. So if you have any other questions, we'll kind of bounce me and you. If you have one, and I'll look for one as well.
I found the next one if you'd like.
I think
that.
you're stepping on the.
Go for it, Nate.
A little bit.
Sounds good. All right. Well, the next person was from 440. It was Grape. What do each of you think you can improve upon for the next project?
That's a great
It's a good question. Yeah.
For me, my goal is never to improve between each project. My goal is to change between each project. So I think that is an improvement in and of itself, but I think that my goal is that each project be something completely different and unique and try to activate a new skill. So I think activating a new skill is improvement in some way.
Yeah, I pretty much agree. The 2 features that I've made so far, each one was made with the intention of challenging me in a different way. Living with Trevor, the challenge was just making a feature film. And then Not So was a challenge of like, how much can we push this with the limited amount of resources we have? How big of a movie can we make with like no money whatsoever? It was basically a challenge of endurance. What I can say is the next one that we're making is a challenge on how quick I can make a film without losing the quality in the meantime. So I'm just, every project I make, I want to learn a new thing and carry that to the next project. So
Someone said, "Who is Holly?" I did an interview with her about folk filmmaking, and she's a good friend of the 922 Films show. That was a quick question that just came in.
Sounds good. Okay, something I can improve upon. I mean, I haven't directed anything, and I'm not sure if I should. Like, there's talks of me directing something, but basically, I just want to say, as a producer and as an actor right now, I would say that mostly producing, I would try to expand my resources and my people, because that's the best I can offer up to movies. I try to always educate myself more in filmmaking just so I can help the people around me. And I try to always... sorry. Yeah. Okay, sorry.
I love my wife.
Sorry. But like basically, I just basically want to be a better filmmaker in general, just so I can help my friend Caleb and anyone else I produce. I mean, any other films I produce, because I would rather be the most helpful person I can be than just a dude who just stands there and just holds, just does nothing, and just be like, yes, I get coffee. I don't know. It's just that. Yeah, that's the best I can do. All right. Well, Joel, it's your turn. Here you go.
I feel like we're posed like 7 Samurai before a live stream. Very dramatic. It's like me going one way, everyone else is looking the other way. Yeah, I think what's cool about independent film is it's so there's so many roles and so many jobs that are in making a feature that you really don't stop learning as you're going through and making more and more features. It's just you could do it a difficult way, or you could just find the best way to do something. So whether that's audio, the camera visuals, or in the pre-production or post-production, there's so many jobs that you can get better at. I think for me, the post-production, like editing, is something that I really struggle with. So in the pursuit of 12 features, I think one of my goals is to work myself up to being able to edit one feature. I know Dan is like sort of cringing over there because editing, he knows how much I can't stand editing, and I possibly might be horrible at editing. But I think that's one thing that I want to get better at as we continue producing.
I mean, I feel like there's a million things that I think of that I want to change when I'm editing or working on a movie at any point. The thing that I think I'm most excited to grow in the next year or several years is now that I've written my first feature film, which has kind of always been this really daunting task for me. Now the excitement is what's my next feature and what's the feature after that I'm going to write. And that's been kind of a really eye-opening experience for me. And I found that it was the thing I thought I hated the most in the filmmaking process. And now I've kind of discovered that I actually might be one of the things I will love the most in time. So that's what I'm looking forward to growing in. Ed, sorry.
Everyone.
I suppose the thing I want to improve on most is to get started, really. I've been kind of lounging around the starting line for an embarrassingly long time. When we always talk about the community, and that's one thing I'm very grateful for, is I often lack motivation. And so with the community of the folk filmmakers, they're very encouraging, and it's a lot easier to get started. And now I have started getting started, and that's improved to start, basically.
For me, I'm going to pick a boring answer. Sound. I want to get better at. I've never been happy with how my films sound, so I want to get better at recording, better at mixing, better at all that kind of sound aspects of filmmaking, and just editing as a whole. So yeah, I'm always trying to improve technical stuff with because I think every one of my movies should be technically better than the last. That's kind of my goal. I never want to feel like I've just stopped growing, because that's a really bad mindset, because then you're never, I mean, if you're happy with doing that, that's your prerogative, and that's totally cool. But for me, I don't ever want to feel like, oh yeah, everything in this movie's good, and I never do. I'm always like, oh, that sucked in my movie, that sucked in my movie, that was bad in my movie. Okay, on the next go, I'm going to be aware of those things to do better. And that's kind of how I work. Just every time I make a movies, that's what I'm thinking about generally.
Did Ed go by any chance?
Yeah, Ed
Yeah,
went.
we got it.
Yeah.
Forgive me.
Let's see. I know how.
So quiet.
I know how you feel about editing. When Voidman is released, it will have been a whole year of editing. It is much harder for me than something like writing. Editing is fun until it is not. Let's see, any other questions?
What's the next question?
I feel like we're caught up with like the recent questions.
Are we?
Yeah. But like, if we have any other ones in the back burner.
I found, I was seeing all of them, so yeah. Do you want me to read the next one or no?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Alright, so basically the next one is, again from Jesus. It's a lightning round question, so we have to do it fast.
Okay.
Can each person name their favorite movie and director?
I can do it.
John Carpenter and The Thing.
The Way Back by I'm forgetting the names of the directors of my
Jim Rash and
Jim Rash and Nat Faxon.
Yeah.
Don't pass it to me.
Nathan.
I'm here. There you go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just go
Yeah,
for it.
John Carpenter is my favorite director. A favorite film is Stalag 17.
My favorite director is Caleb Robinson, and my favorite movie is Her. There you go.
Oh, it was two separate.
Ed.
I'm gonna redo mine.
I don't know if I can come up with a favorite for either. I think a highly underrated film is Master and Commander. As far as directors,
Who directed that movie?
Peter Weir. I'll go Peter Weir.
Nice. Maya Deeran's my favorite director, and At Land is my favorite of hers.
My favorite person to stylistically mimic is David Lynch, and I'm gonna have to say, Twin Peaks, I don't know. I can't think of anything. I don't like these questions. I can never think of the answer. I forget every movie I've seen in these questions.
So I didn't understand that it was two separate things. So my favorite movie is The Way, Way Back, and my favorite directors are the Duplass brothers. So.
Okay.
I'm gonna change my answer.
My answer is going to change a million times between now and the time the stream ends.
Do you want to take a question? Do you want me to get the next one?
Just keep going. You're on a roll.
Okay, so this is a longer one. Chicken poop. All right. He said, "Do you think an indie filmmaker should stick with more traditional, realistic stories and genres like comedies and dramas, or branch off into other stories of genres like fantasy or creature horror?" Which is,
I've done both, and I would say that for your starting, I would suggest staying more realistic because that's easier to control. I think the further and more experience you get, I think branching out into horror or fantasy or anything like that, I think is easier. But there's always exceptions to the rule. If you are drawn to just make fantasy and horror films, there's no reason to not just do that.
I have a quick answer. Mine is the same answer as, should you do an improv movie or should you do a scripted movie? Whatever excites you and gets you to make a film quicker.
Yeah.
That was basically the TLDR of my version. Basically, whatever excites you, but I would say it is easier on general to just do a realistic movie.
Yeah.
I agree with Dan and Joel, along with the people who speak next.
Yeah, you can speak for both of us because I do too. So you can just hand it back.
Okay, here you go, Ethan.
Do we all kind of agree? Because
Yeah, we all agree.
Yeah.
Just make whatever you want to make.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that.
Yeah, okay,
we're not wasting time.
There's
A good
pros and cons
question.
to both, but
Holly asks, "Would you guys ever all make a feature film together?"
Oh, fuck yeah. Sorry.
Absolutely never.
Yeah, I think that's obvious.
Of course.
If this was longer, I feel like we would have actually.
Oh, yeah.
If we actually had you guys here for like a week or two, I feel like we would have actually made something
We
like.
would have made Chlorine 2 maybe. Just kidding.
Maybe not so too.
Dun, dun.
They won't ever
Yeah.
let it be.
Chlorine 2. Yeah.
Sorry, it's too easy.
It's actually a good question. Let's see. Any other questions?
Set that one up for myself. So you're good.
You are the question man. If you got
Yes.
any ones.
Sorry, I got the next one. And I saw it. It was Ethan Stevens. So,
Ethan!
hang on real quick. I lost it because I was making my own comment.
person.
Let's see. Hang on, I got it right here. Ethan Stevens said, "What do you guys think we can do? Okay, I'm gonna do some alliteration, whatever. What do you guys think we can do to capture a wider audience for folk filmmaking? It feels like we have a lot of filmmakers interested in our films, but are pretty limited in other demographics."
All right.
I think I understand.
Good question.
That's a great question.
Yeah, I love it.
I totally missed the question. So you guys all go.
Okay,
Jordan, you got an answer?
I'll just tell you what the question
Or-
is.
You reiterate it.
How do you get different audiences other than other filmmakers? Like, if there is an audience outside of just filmmakers looking for other filmmakers on YouTube, how do you get those audiences?
I think I'm gonna have a very controversial opinion on this. I don't think it matters. I genuinely don't think it matters, and I think this is a question I've heard before, and this usually seems like a question that's like this big quandary. It's like if there are millions of filmmakers out there, you can make films that appeal to filmmakers. I am not saying that my films don't appeal to people who are not filmmakers. I think they do. But I think the majority of people who will always watch my films will be filmmakers because they'll find me through the tip videos I do. So in my opinion, I don't have a problem with it. I think anyone should be able to watch your films, and I think that you should try to make your films as, not say wide appeal as possible, because I don't know if I agree with that, but I would say you want to make it so that you feel like anyone could watch your film.
Yeah, and that's what I'd say YouTube. I think YouTube. How many? Billions of users are watching videos. From anything to anything. I mean, the chances that they can find your film is it's actually pretty high. So I think YouTube is definitely one of the areas you can go to find new films and release them.
Someone says that Joel is lead actor material. We are working on stuff where Joel will be the lead actor.
I got the next question.
Well,
No, we're good. Yeah, just keep going. I just got the next one.
Someone take the mic. I got it.
You go, Caleb.
Yeah, so I don't think it has anything to do with what platform you're distributing on. I think, and I've been saying this for a while, I think if there's one thing that folk filmmaking contributors can work on, and it's something I'm personally trying to work on a lot, is marketing. That is everything in my opinion. So I think you can upload wherever you want. It's just a matter of having a marketing campaign. Because I think, if we're being full on honest, I think one of the issues is that a lot of us pump movies out so fast, and that's not the problem. It's just that we pump movies out so fast that it's hard to form an entire marketing campaign around a single movie. And I think that's the next step, honestly. I think it's, whether that be you doing it or finding someone whose specific job is to work on a marketing campaign while you make the movie. And that's kind of what we do at RC Films. We load that blow off to another person within RC Films while the person who's directing the movie is putting the movie together. So I think marketing is the next step. That's what I would say to that. I don't think the distribution platform matters.
I agree that marketing is hugely important, and we, for the longest time, didn't really put any effort into marketing, and just through Video Carnage, I think we finally kind of found the direction we're heading in and how we want to kind of grow both from that, but also like moving forward, what it could look like and how we expand that to get more broad appeal to our movies and let people know that they exist, because I think that's, filmmakers are looking for it. The general audience probably isn't looking for feature films on YouTube, so how do you make them aware of it? I think that's the question. Yeah. Ed, do you want to?
I think it's all been pretty much covered.
Hey.
Yeah.
That's a good answer.
For me, I definitely think that the benefit to folk filmmaking is we can do what Hollywood cannot. And Hollywood doesn't do a lot of things. And it tries to do some things but doesn't get them right. And one of the things, I mean, I agree with what's been said, but I also think something else that hasn't been touched on is we can get, what the folk filmmaking can do essentially is that's empowering people to tell their stories. And Hollywood does not care about telling stories of a lot of different minorities or groups of people or different demographics. Just historically, Hollywood just doesn't care about those things. And am I the right person to tell a story about like a Native American teenager today? Probably not. But if there's a Native American teenager out there who wants to make a folk film, like this is a great way for them to get their story told without having to navigate the labyrinth of Hollywood and get that story made. So just like, you know, there's lots of stories. Everyone's got a story to tell. And I think for us, it's really not so much about like necessarily trying to mark every demographic in your movie necessarily. Do what you can, because, you know, just why not? But also like empower those people. When you see a film that's different and new and interesting from a voice that we don't usually see, go to that person. I know for myself, I wanted to tell Asian American stories because that's just my family, and because I don't see very many of those in Hollywood. So there's a bunch of projects that I'm still working on, trying to get made about that, because that's my story, that's my history, and I don't see those stories in Hollywood. And I think getting more people, and I think that has appeal to general audiences, because I think we don't want to see the same story over and over. I mean, I love Batman, but there's like 50 Batman movies. I love Batman. I'm not like, this isn't a diss or anything, but I can't remember a movie I've seen. I mean, I think Tangerine was the last movie I saw with the trans community. And part of that's also just like, I mean, I'm not great at watching movies, but like, you know, hey, like, let's get more voices in here. Like, that's exciting to me to tell different stories.
I completely agree. Being united as independent filmmakers and giving like sort of all these filmmakers that are just going rogue and doing their own things, which is fantastic and great, but uniting them in any way, the more that independent community gets, the more that's going to market the community itself.
Yeah, we're stronger together, that's for sure.
Exactly, because if every single creator markets their own work, I mean, everyone's going to know about independent filmmaking.
Yeah.
Yep. I also have the next question, but I could also think one person could answer it.
Okay.
Oh, me? Okay.
Yes, no one.
Sweet. All right. So Grape again did one, and they said, "How high is your dream low budget?" Please cut me off if you have another answer. But I was just gonna say that it really depends. Like a lot of us here have this movie in the back of our head that we want to get done that would probably need a bigger budget, or just something bigger in general that would probably cost a bigger budget. And right now, I mean, it's like literally the bare minimum of what we need. Probably that'd be the best. You know, it's like we don't want to get $1 billion and then have have 500,000 that we don't need. You know, we just want the exact amount we need. You know, it's just that's basically the best way to put it, is that there's no specific number. If I could just sit here and tell you, oh yes, I need 500 million exactly, we probably would tell you that, you know, but it's the fact is that we're not like that. We don't need that exactly. We just kind of just go with the flow.
I don't think anyone else needs to answer that because I feel like Nathan just knocked that out of the park.
Yep. No.
Thank you. After that, I think
He's too powerful.
I feel like that's the one thing I've always noticed about when we've been doing this meetup is that like Nathan, when he hits it out of the park, it just like he nails it so much that it's just like, okay, we're good. Got it. There was one when we were doing the little round table, and he like teed me up for something, and I was like, that is exactly what I wanted to talk about. Let's see, any other questions?
I do have another one right here if you want it. It's for everyone though this time, not just me. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Francis Brothers Films said, "Is the release of a feature film on YouTube directly the main factor of what makes a folk film?" I think you can.
I think that's a one per. You
Yeah.
Can we repeat the question one more time just so I?
So, is the release of a feature film on YouTube directly the main factor of what makes it a folk film? So, is it like the
Yes.
YouTube part? Yeah. Okay. There you go.
In my opinion, yes. I think that's the simple answer is just yes. The more complicated answer is it's a definition. If you say what is a robin, people are going to define what a robin is, and it's very specific characteristics. So with folk filmmaking, it's a very specific thing. It's talking about distribution through YouTube for free or Tubi or anything that is a free platform. I think that there is folk adjacent is what I've kind of called it, which is like Amazon, where you can get a subscription to it and it's technically free, and I have no problem with anyone identifying those as folk films. But I think if we're just doing the most purest form of the definition, it's just films released for free on the internet, made for low budget. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have the next one already. All right, here we go. See, oh shit, I lost it. Okay, Thomas S. asked, have you guys ever put in a obscure reference in your films, not expecting anyone to get it, but they did? So does anyone just want to take it?
Yes,
You
I know
guys
it
take
already.
it.
I already have an answer.
If you guys have an answer, then just go straight to it because
Yeah. My feature film House is directly inspired from the novel House of Leaves, and only one person commented on the movie asking if that was my inspiration. And yes, that person, you are correct.
There's an obscure reference in Not So Amazing that nobody got, but I still want to say here because I feel like I keep forgetting to say it in interviews and stuff. The gang in Not So Amazing is named after the gang from the Amazing Spider-Man Android game, the Free Radicals. It's the dumbest gang name ever, and they play it straight in that video game like that. It's supposed to be like the most badass name ever in that game. And so I had to put it in the movie. Anyway,
That's
Love
the
it.
best answer. That is the best.
I don't think I could have topped that.
I'm glad I went first.
If anything comes to me, I will, but I really don't think I can top that.
Okay. Yes.
I feel like there's references I make in my films, like for stuff that just like me and my wife or me and Joel will get, but never stuff that like I don't really like putting stuff that I don't think people aren't going to be able to find.
Yeah.
For myself, but that is a really funny, way funnier than my answer. Go for it.
All right. We got two questions. I'm just going to answer the next one for us because Jacob Wilkins asked, can I get an invite next year? Basically, the best answer for that is just keep in touch with us, and we will like figure that all out next year when that comes along. Because you want to say something? Go ahead.
Yeah, basically the way we set this up, we wanted it to be a group of people that were like the core folk filmmakers and people that we all knew were going to be people that we could trust. We all had very good.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be real. The internet is a scary place. Yeah. There are some people out there that are not nice. I think that the best thing is just keep in touch. Anyone who is excited about this next year, our goal is to go bigger. Assuming everything is good in the world, we'll go bigger. We'll probably do more people. And it's probably going to have a lot more of a scale that this meetup is kind of setting the groundwork for.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So this one is going to go straight to Doomed, and this is for from the Kyle Roy himself. What's your guys' favorite genre to work in, Doomed?
Horror for me. I like horror a lot.
I'm gonna say horror, but like Lynchian horror for me. Like, yeah.
There's a question to me from Holly that says, Dan and Joel, do you use the same crew on every feature? If we're talking about like behind the scenes crew, which I think is what you're meaning, I'd say yes. It's just me and Joel, and then Ed.
Yeah, it does vary. The core crew is Dan, me, and Ed. But like Dan, like Sheep Theater is basically all Dan. You know,
A lot of people say that. I do. You did contribute, and Joel Haver did contribute. It mostly was me, but I feel like I couldn't have made the film without you guys.
Okay. The next question is low key confusing. I don't know how to answer it. It's Jonathan Christian. He says, "Great to see everyone together. Thank you." And the question is, what is your opinion on screen films?
The Scream movies?
No,
Screen films.
Like
Films where like like they were just recorded from.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, nice.
Wait. Screen.
I don't like them, and the only one I like is the one with. Oh, it's the biggest one. It's the one that's like really successful. No, it's
Searching.
Searching is good.
Yeah.
Everything else with the screen genre is not my cup of tea. That's just my honest opinion.
Okay.
I like any type of movie that pushes the envelope and introduces a new way of storytelling. So I'm all for it. But yeah.
Yes. I haven't seen any of them. But they all look really neat, especially the Unfriended movies for me for some reason. I think they look really interesting. All right, well, that's my answer. Thank you. Joel, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen any, so I don't know if I can really say if I like them or not.
I haven't seen any, but I'm sure there's some cool ways you could play with aspect ratio in that. So I'm all in.
Ed? Same. I haven't seen any, but I can definitely see there's a lot of potential.
Yeah. I've seen a couple. I like them.
Okay.
That's it.
Mic drop.
Okay. This one I can answer. This question comes from Nathan Cash. When will Not So 2 come out? It'll come out next year.
No.
Can we be in it? Can I play Electro?
If there
the
were
guy with
ever
the taser?
going to
A guy who gets electrocuted just
But that's
dies.
it.
There's never going to be a Not So Amazing 2, but if there was ever going to be one, you guys would be in it 100%. So
That's good enough.
you can go to sleep well tonight, yeah.
Well, I won't because I know that it's not coming out.
Oh, you're good.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the next question.
Ever thought about making NFTs based on your films?
What is an NFT?
It's like
someone-
releasing the original.
Let's not. We're not. If we say something, we're gonna get like 6 people who are like some algorithm's gonna tell them like we're talking about NFTs and they're gonna be like spam our comments. Basically.
Wait, we're going to try to do a movie about the whole crazy thing about Dogecoin, Dan? Wasn't it?
Oh yeah, when GME and the Dogecoin situation was all going down, we wanted to make a whole film about it, and I still think it would be cool.
Yeah, just like this, because it's almost like people that got crazy, rich off from like the Dogecoin craze and the GME. I think they were just random, normal people. Like it reminded us of like folk filmmakers, the independent filmmakers that are just random people that knew to hit this certain,
Yeah, it just seemed like a cool story, and I still think that maybe that could be a 12 feature idea. It sounds pretty fun.
Yes. So, all right. The next question is actually a fun one. Thomas S. at 508 said, "Who would win, Batman or Joel Haver? Both have unlimited prep time."
Does Joel get to be all of his characters?
Joel gets to anything he can draw can be a weapon, and I would say yes, he wins.
Yes.
Sweet.
Simple yes or no.
Joel could become Batman.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Joel wins.
I think he has been Batman on his. He's done a Batman skit at some point.
Yeah.
I think I'm obligated to answer Joel.
Ooh.
Joel?
Everyone, from one Joel to another. Yes, of course. Joel would be Joel.
Any Joel.
Save me for last.
Yes, that's true.
I'm gonna go against the grain here, and I'm gonna say Batman.
How would Batman win? Like, what would he use to win?
He can't die. He's Batman.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm actually going to
I say Joel.
answer the question.
Joel without prep beats Batman. But Batman with prep beats Joel.
Okay. So my answer to that is Joel, because he kind of reminds me of the Scarecrow. Because I feel like you'd use the Scarecrow toxins to basically use like the animation uses. And also one more thing. Last thing.
That's hilarious.
Joel, if you're watching this, I need you to come back because I made a bet with Caleb that you were gonna be here for $5. And if you don't show up, I'm out of $5 and going homeless. So I need you to come back. You're only in Ohio.
If Trent is in there, text Joel immediately. Jonathan Christian says, question for Dan. How do you find the movies that you add to the folk filmmaker playlist? I think this is a fantastic
movie online for free.
I think Ethan's making fun of my search methods here. Basically, you're not that far off. There's a few different ways. I had people send me stuff. That's one way. I usually search the term making a feature film because usually people who are making a film that's going to go on YouTube will document it in some way. That's one way. Through the folk filmmaking playlist is a new way. The Reddit is another way I've been finding a lot of the stuff. A lot of times it's subscribing to channels and just following them and seeing what happens. And then, sometimes there's just a random factor where, like, literally YouTube will recommend me something, or I'll just come across something on Reddit.
So any method possible.
And any method possible, I'm just going straight to try to find that.
Okay.
Perfect.
Yeah, and the next question, it's literally a simple one. This is from Caleb's wife, Keisha. Can you name off everyone because, like, I'm lost on who is who except Dan, Caleb, and Nathan, so maybe you should just point us out.
Yes, okay, so Caleb, Nathan,
Aye.
Ed in the way back,
Yes.
Jordan, Ethan, Joel.
Perfect.
So in terms of like who they are, these guys run a channel called Doom Productions.
Yeah.
Ed is the AC who worked on The Long Con, also actor in Chlorine, that I kill in Chlorine. I said that and now I'm demonetized. Joel is the cinematographer.
People with the hats are 922.
We got the hats, yeah.
Hat gang. Hat gang.
Hat
You
gang,
should've
baby.
worn your shirts.
Oh, you should have.
Oh,
Right?
no.
This next
We
one.
did it for the round.
This next
fair,
one's a
that's
good
fair.
one. That's all I'm about to say. So, do you want me to keep going? Like I just like.
Yeah, I like this.
Yeah,
system,
I like
this
it.
system works.
All right, cool.
We're already an hour and a half into the
Yeah, and also
No way.
we're 10 minutes behind the questions too. It's like 5:13 when this was posted.
Okay.
So
Say it.
yeah, SP. Ah! Okay, SP.
Lightning round.
Okay, this is sucks though because this one is not a lightning round question. SP. If you were to be approached to make a big budget Hollywood film, would you do it? Is that the end goal of folk filmmakers?
That's a great question.
Yeah, good question.
If it's Star Wars, yes. If it's anything besides Star Wars, no. I think I would probably not do it.
You've answered for all of us. No, just kidding.
I mean, the more resources, the better in my book. I would love to be able to make a movie and be able to pay all my actors and crew and everything. So, like, for me, the end goal is to be able to live and make movies and not live paycheck to paycheck. That's my goal. And if I can get there, I'm happy. But if more happens past that, I'm all for it too. I want nothing more than to be able to pay the people that help us make our movies. So that's really what I want.
Yeah, I mean, I would probably. Most likely, I wouldn't, and that would just because I feel like it would be a better opportunity to make more features with just a small budget. I really like that. I guess if I thought long enough, I might be able to find like the one series of movies that I really love and would want to make a movie on, but. I don't know. I think we made a joke earlier about Scooby-Doo. If there was like another Scooby-Doo movie, I of course.
Made
Dan
by
said,
Artsy
yeah, Joel, you would
Films.
do it.
Yes.
Yeah, if it was a Scooby-Doo movie, you would do it. I don't know. I like the classic Scooby-Doo. I think Scooby-Doo is
as good as it is.
it's good. It's good animated, and Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? Is nothing can beat that.
We're always big on opportunity, and wherever that takes us, we're good with. So if that means we continue to make movies on YouTube for free, we're content with that, and that's great. And we're planning to ride that wave for a while. But if the next opportunity is low budget filmmaking or even up to Hollywood level, we're working with bigger budgets. If it's the right story and it's the right connection for us, we're there. It's great. Yeah.
Yeah, it depends on the movie. If they're essentially handing me a blank check to make my own thing, and I can invite whoever, other folk filmmakers to be part of it, and get their name out. And again, like Jordan was saying, to pay everyone so they don't have to live paycheck to paycheck. Yeah, but depends on the movie.
I agree with everything that's been said. I think for me, it's like, yeah, like I would have to make a good connection with the right producer, right project, right material, because it is, for a Hollywood movie, it's like 2 to 3 years of your life. And on one hand, I could see the benefits of like working at the scale. There's also drawbacks, but I also think that when you're done with that, if it's a good movie, like you can do whatever you want. You don't have to stay in Hollywood. You could leave, and now you could have resources to fund your projects forever. I don't know what the end goal. I mean, I don't think folk filmmaking has an end goal. Folk filmmaking is all right. Like the goal is just for us to make movies and release them for free. So it's kind of, there is no further agenda or anything. It's just like we're just artists who are making stuff, and we want to support other artists. That's really it.
Exactly.
Sweet. Okay. Let's see. Real quick though, I just want to say, Late Night 99 just left here like a couple minutes ago, and they just headed out. So Late Night 99, if you're watching this later, we'll miss you.
Adios.
Yes. And are we ready for the next question, or?
Yes, let's go for
Okay.
it.
Going.
I think Dan could just answer this one in all honesty. Are any of you guys going to be involved with Dan and Joel's 12 feature project? From Scott.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we?
Are we?
My goal would be that some of the later ones I would love to involve some of you guys. That would be I can't guarantee it because most of them are impromptu, but yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, and the next question is also a speed round one, basically. Favorite non-horror found footage film by Kyle Roy. Here you go, Dan.
Kyle Roy hasn't directed any horror films.
Favorite? You go for it.
Not that I know.
Just Chronicle.
Yeah.
Chronicle.
Chronicle, right?
Chronicle.
I'm gonna be the person who's different. I'm gonna say Project Almanac.
Operation Avalanche, you mean?
Or no.
It's a
Project
horror.
Almanac.
You said a horror
No,
film.
he said non-horror.
Oh, non-horror film.
Okay.
Okay, cool. There you are.
I think Project Avalanche is the only one I've seen. So,
Operation Avalanche.
or yeah, I thought Operation Avalanche. Yep.
I'm gonna double dip and also say The Dirties.
Wait, so what was the question? It was
Favorite non-horror found footage movie.
I can't think of one that I've seen.
Yeah, that's all good.
Okay.
You already got your mic.
They took my answers.
What
The
was it?
Dirties and Operation Avalanche, but I think
Oh, Nirvana.
what's another one?
It's not a
Shoot,
movie.
I'm blanking, so I'll skip
Someone
it.
said, "What is with the message deleting?" Basically, if you're not going to ask a question that's not related to us in folk filmmaking, and specifically, are just going to try to start stuff, we're not going to answer it. So I'm just going to delete it. So I'm just going to be completely transparent there. If this is just trying to get us into a got you question, that's not gonna work. So let's continue on to the rest of the questions.
All right. So this one's actually pretty fun. It was at 5:15. Falling from Solace asked, I know being an indie filmmaker requires you to wear a lot of hats, but how do you guys assemble talent and crew? It's almost impossible to even get my friends to help out for more than one day. We'll be your friends. All right. So does anyone just want to start with this? Because, I mean, I could even start with this one.
Yeah, go for it.
All right.
Producer.
Okay, so basically, I was the producer for Not So Amazing, and I was originally just an actor. And the reason why I became a producer is because, well, even though you may not have that many friends, there are people who are bored out of their mind who live next to you, basically, who want to be a part of what you want to be a part of. And trust me, if you have to look for miles and miles to find the person, they're out there. I promise you. You know, it's the fact is that it's more determination than people right next, like people who want to do it. Because like there's people around you who want to do it, but they just might live 30 miles away. That just might be the thing you have to deal with. But there are people out there who want to work with you because they mesh well with you, because they just have your style, all that. Because and overall they might just want to be a part of whatever you're making, because making feature films to some people is just ridiculous, and the idea of that happening in a town near them or a town they're living in, that's enough like to sell someone right there. That's what sold me. I got to be a part of a feature film that was about Spider-Man. Like, holy shit. That's enough for me to do. So yeah, I mean, how do you find that? And what was the other thing? So basically, yeah, I mean, how, like, when you're wearing, I think Caleb could even take this next question. It's like, how do you find the cast and crew when you wear a lot of hats? So, yes.
I'm kind of confused with that question. Can you repeat it?
I know being an indie filmmaker requires you to wear a lot of hats, but how do you guys assemble talent and crew?
Okay, I mean, I honestly think you answered that question pretty well. I mean, you do have to wear a lot of hats when you're making folk films. I don't think any of us, at least at the moment, I think Dan and Joel have the closest to this that you can get, but I don't think any of us are ever going to have a full crew. And I also think that it would be, this is the harshest I'm ever going to get, but I think it would be dumb to try to assemble a full crew, because the more people that you need on set to get your movie shot, the harder scheduling is going to be. I think you keep it to the bare essentials. You have someone on camera, director, someone on boom, and I think that's good in my opinion. I don't think you need more than that, except for specific scenes like the final fight for Not So Amazing. We needed a full crew for that, but like for like just day-to-day shoots, keep it small. Just keep it small.
You want
I feel like we all agree with that.
Yeah, I think that was great. I don't really have much to add other than specifics.
Let's add out the next question.
Yeah, the next question is basically the same question, I feel like. It's again from Falling from Solace, but also, has anyone ever requested or paid for location? What was the process like in getting that set up? Just ask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never paid for a location.
Yeah, me neither.
So for the bell rings, I had to ask for a location from a total stranger. I literally
two places.
2 places, and one of those was through happening to meet the owner of a location just through pure coincidence, and they were cool enough to just let us use the space, and that was no problem. But for the bell rings, there was a farm that we wanted to use, and that fell through, and I was driving around trying to find a location that could work, and I just found one that looked great. I rolled up to the house, knocked on the door, explained who I was, that I was a filmmaker and that I was working on a project, and they said yeah, and I didn't have to pay. They originally thought actually that I was working on a large budget production, because they're asking me how many semi trucks were going to show up, because they had this other TV show come to their property at one point and film there. So when I was like a car and like 3 people, they were like, oh, never mind, just pay us in a copy of the movie. So they were really courteous and very gracious about letting us use their space. So yeah.
Caleb and I can answer this question too.
Anyone else want to?
Anyone else?
No, I think.
Okay.
So I think this is going to be kind of a conjoined answer.
Okay, yeah, you can speak for
I
us.
mean-
I know what you're going to say. I think.
Yeah, I mean, most of our locations, for one, were just like family of family, friends of friends, all that. So a lot of those bigger locations are. The biggest location we got, though, was for the final fight.
Yeah, and we did get permission
Yeah.
for that.
So a little bit of background, though.
Yeah.
The best thing to do is ask, only because because there's 2 versions of the final fight. The first one failed immediately because we got kicked off the grounds of that place because we didn't ask, and we jumped in, and then police showed up, and it was kind of messy.
Yeah, it was bad.
Someone got shot. No kidding, no one died.
Not that bad. But someone did get robbed by a Nazi, and then that Nazi threatened their life. So
Yeah.
it was pretty bad.
Step
Where
one.
was Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Where was Spider-Man when we needed him?
Step one. Don't
He's a
join.
menace.
Step one. Don't get involved with Nazis. Step 2. Basically, there was an arcade in Yakima that we loved to death, and we went to the owner and we were like, "Hey, listen, the back of your place is fantastic, and we were wondering if we could do it." And the guy was like, "Yeah, sure, why not? Just cut together some commercials for my business, and that's it. Sometimes you have to make deals and stuff to get it done, and that'd be great." Now, there's something else to be mentioned, is that we never gave him those commercials. But
we
you know
shot
what?
them and we edited the main one. We just keep forgetting to send it to him.
Yes,
We're terrible. I'm so sorry.
I gotta divulge
He's
real
gonna
quick.
show up
The
on
person
this,
that we deleted, at least one of them, is like someone who's been like in my DMs on on my email, like threatening me. So if there's a reason why I'm deleting them, I'm just not going to hear that from that same person. I know it's that person, so I'm not gonna. That's gonna be the last I'm gonna hear about it. So basically, if anyone thinks that's why we're deleting stuff, that's the reason. So let's just move on.
Yep. Also, sorry, Keisha, Caleb's wife, said, "Tell him to smile again," and I'm imagining that's Caleb. So smile for the camera.
I
boy.
saw that comment so long ago. We must be like so
Yeah.
far behind.
I mean, what time is it now?
We need to just do a rapid fire.
It's 5.
Yeah, wrap
2.
one question at a time, or one answer
Not
per
all
question.
of us have to answer
Yeah.
every single question too.
Sure.
Just volunteer for it.
Thank you, Strawman Productions, for literally giving us a good one, but also a short one. What 1-sentence advice would you give to an aspiring filmmaker for their first long-form project/feature? Go.
Inspiring advice: make films.
Oh.
Don't doubt yourself.
Have fun with it.
Learn the small things first, like photography.
sorry.
don't get caught up on trying to make it perfect.
Making mistakes is all a part of the process, and making mistakes is
Yeah.
okay. Just learn from them.
Oh yes. See. It's okay to make your movie.
Okay.
No way.
I feel like
I'm
somehow
joking.
that
I'm
like
joking.
all like melded into like one long paragraph. Like,
Shoot, that was 5 seconds.
if we
Okay, more rapid fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this one it's deeper, but I think we're gonna try to rapid fire it.
Just
like,
one person answer it.
okay. Are you sure?
Yeah, we'll
Is
just
this
do one
Ethan's?
person per
Are you
question
giving us
now.
Ethan's?
Okay. So let's see. Do you guys also? Oh, sorry. I better say names. At 523, Thomas S. At. Oh wait. Oh mother freaker. All right. Ethan Stevens first.
So
We'll get
much
to you,
for short rapid fire.
yeah.
I think we are like.
I know.
Just
We're
ask the
Getting
question.
very.
Just-
Okay. Ethan Stevens asked top 5 folk films of the year so far. Go.
Top 5 folk films. Video Carnage. Not now. I have a whole list. Give me 1 second of just what
Last
came
day
out this year. What came out this year?
Last Day of Childhood.
Last day of childhood is Ethan in mine.
Okay. Hear me out. We're just gonna.
You keep going. I'm gonna.
Maybe it's not even 5 each. It's
Just
just
one.
5.
Yeah, I think
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna.
That's
I'm
gonna be
Yeah,
easier
I think I'm
at
gonna
this point,
do.
just
I'm
for
gonna.
getting through
I'm
this.
just gonna do 5. Like just.
Video Carnage is the best
No,
one of
just
these.
pick one.
Okay.
Pick
I'll
one.
pick one. Oh, okay, fine. Sounds good. See you soon.
See you soon.
Oh, thank you. No. I'm here for you.
What?
What's your favorite?
No, I said like skip me.
Oh, you said skip me. I thought you were making fun of me for skipping
I
you.
don't think I've. No, yeah, it's Video Carnage.
Okay. Last Day of Childhood.
Yeah, for both of us.
both of us.
Video Carnage.
Hey.
You guys will get your paychecks later.
Yeah. You guys are all gonna get paid. Let's see.
Do we want to continue with the next question? Or?
Yeah,
Okay.
keep going.
All right.
Let's go. Like.
Okay. 523. Thomas S. Do you guys also feel like you're pressured knowing you can only make so much within your lifetime? I will speak for everyone. Someone stop me if otherwise. Basically, I feel like we are pressured a little bit because I mean, there's only so much life you can have. However, I feel like we don't have to wait for the movies we want to be made. So in all honesty, there's a real life chance that we could make all the movies we want to make. Go ahead, Dan.
Real quick question. Someone jumped in. What does 922 mean? That's my birthday.
Oh, that's cute.
I want to really quickly add on to that. That's the whole point of folk filmmaking, is to take that pressure off of you. If you're within the Hollywood system and you're restrained to that system, there is like a worry of like, am I going to get all the movies I want made done? But like, I think a lot of that is alleviated by being a folk filmmaker.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yes.
Next question.
Okay. Okay. So I think we're just gonna be. I'm gonna turn this into a yes or no question. Leroy Vagabond asks thoughts on Ari Aster movies, and I'm gonna change that question to, do you like Ari Aster as a filmmaker, like his movies?
Yes or no?
Haven't seen any of his films. Doesn't really appeal to me.
Yes.
Yes.
Hereditary?
I've never seen any of the films, so.
Moving on.
I don't think I've seen it.
He did Hereditary, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's not my cup of tea.
I love him.
Okay. I haven't seen a single
And
one.
his
of
short films. His short films are amazing.
Those are so good. Go check those out.
I haven't seen any of his movies, but I imagine they're pretty okay. See, I'm gonna try to find the next one. Okay, but
So how are we doing, guys? Are we doing pretty good for this first live stream?
Yeah. Yeah.
I would love to see what people in the comments think about the live stream so far. I feel like we've
Yeah.
we've had like a rapid fire of questions, and we're just we'll start kind of getting a little caught up. If there's any ones that are like older, I think we should just start trying to prioritizing some of the newer ones.
Yeah, let's just skip down to the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, if you have any really good questions,
Yeah,
just type
if
them again
you're
right
missing
now.
any questions like you really want answered, go on.
Phantom Films says, "Evening, fellas. What's up, Phantom Films?
Hey,
Good to see you on
fellas.
here."
this is a really good one, and I think I don't know if one person can answer this, but I think we can get one person to. Okay, I'm gonna try to pronounce your name, Velikatis. Sorry if I mispronounced that. You said, other than equipment, what would y'all say is the biggest money saver that you cut out that other filmmakers don't? As in probably like Hollywood filmmakers, I'm assuming.
Food for the crew. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
I'm sorry, I didn't.
No, I
Yeah.
actually think I don't
No
agree with that. I
crafty
agree with
here.
that.
Yeah, just give it a try.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I'd say you can get creative with food. You can make food yourself. You can save money doing that. Is it going to be tough? Yes. Can some people not like the food you make? Yeah, that's true. But yeah, food is extremely important, and you can be a part of that process, and creativity making food.
Well, I'll say
It's
if
an art
there's
form.
if there's one area to skimp out on, I would not skimp out on food.
Yeah.
I think everything else you could honestly cut.
Yeah, I'm not saying like don't feed them.
Feed them.
I'm
Making,
saying
like sandwiches and stuff,
Yeah.
like saving money and pre-prepared food.
Yeah.
Sometimes making it. That's where you save
Yeah.
money. Yes.
Yeah, for me, I think the number one thing I would say, always keep your crew happy. Just keep your crew happy, and at any cost. If that means you got to spend some more money, spend more money to keep your crew
Yeah.
happy.
Okay. See,
Any filmmakers, any news thoughts on physical media for your films? The rights makes it impossible for my movies to be released in their current form. I'm trying to figure out a solution.
all right. So Phantom Films has two things he said, but the first one isn't even a question. He said, "Evening, fellas." Everyone can say good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Yes. Yes. And then the other thing he said was an actual question. He said, "So, how's my favorite group of filmmakers doing tonight?" Speed round, go.
I am doing fantastic.
Good.
Liddy.
ready to show everyone Portillo's tonight.
I forgot about that. I'm excited.
And then we end the live stream right there.
Let's go get Portillo's, man.
I was talking food.
Humid.
Oh.
Yes, and also warm.
Yes.
It's been fun.
Okay. Next one is also another speed round one because we're literally catching up. We're almost like the last couple now. Jordan, this is specifically from you for Kyle. Is that Blockbuster shirt from the Bend, Oregon location?
It is on. I'm not going to turn around because it's too difficult. But on the back it says the last Blockbuster, Bend, Oregon. Yeah.
Awesome.
Sweet. And then Strawman Productions ask, will you upload the whole stream later?
Yes.
All right. We got Grape with another question. Why feature films instead of shorts? Shorts seem to lend themselves better to low budget.
question.
So I feel like one person can do this, and I don't know who it should be.
This is why feature films basically.
I don't think, I'm going to disagree with you. This
All
is
of us?
This is an effort.
All right, let's
Okay,
go.
can you read the question one more time so I get this absolutely clear?
Why feature films instead of shorts? Shorts seem to lend themselves better to low budget.
That is exactly why it should be feature films. Because everyone can do a short, not everyone can do a feature. Not everyone has the ability to make one, but not everyone has the endurance to do one. And I think ultimately what makes folk filmmaking special is it's a group of people that are making feature-length films. It's not something that everyone can do. There are millions of short films out there. Feature films do stand on their own.
I want to start out by saying that I love short films. I think it's just a different canvas. And I think certain stories fit better for short films. But if the question is like, I really want to make a feature, but I don't believe in myself enough, so I should probably do a short film, I think that is like completely incorrect. And I think that's what folk filmmaking is all about. If you are making short films as an excuse to not make features, then I say go make feature films, because I mean, if you go make like 4 short films, you're basically making the equivalent of a feature in terms of budget and everything anyway. So I don't know. I think that way of thinking comes from a place of like, you need a ton of money to make a movie, so a short film just reduces that. But in reality, you don't need a ton of money to make any length of a movie. I just made Not So Amazing for literally no money at all, and it's a 2-hour, 18-minute Spider-Man movie. So I'm just like, regardless of if you like it or not, we were able to do it with $0 in our bank account the whole time. So, yeah. I don't know if anybody else.
Did you have anything?
Yeah, I'll say something. Hey, if you like making shorts, that's great. Make 3 of them in a row. They're in the same universe. Put them together and call it a feature.
Yeah.
I'll just speak for our experience. We made shorts for a really long time, like 8 years, and that was a great experience. But the dream was always for us to be making features, and we used shorts to work ourselves up to that point. But nowadays, we don't really have much of an interest in making short films, just because we've reached that goal for us that we had, which was we want to make feature films. So we think short films are important and totally valid. I think what Caleb said really summed up short films incredibly well. It's just a different canvas that we work on. But for us, it's just we do feature films because that's always been the goal, and we love doing it.
After you guys, I got
Do you
a
have
really
anything you
good
want to
question I
say,
want to
or-
answer immediately.
It's all been said.
Okay. So I think I'll agree with everything everyone said, but I'll just add that you'll learn some things making short films, but if you want to make a feature film, the only way to learn how to make a feature film is by making a feature film. And I would make the comparison between authors these days, because making a movie is just as cheap as writing a novel. And most people who want to be authors, or I would imagine most people, I don't know that much about the writing world. I think most people who want to write novels, they don't spend hours in their bedroom writing short stories necessarily, or little articles. I mean, for money, yeah, maybe, but they spend their time writing their novel, not a bunch of little short films. So that's the comparison I would make.
Yeah, I agree.
This is maybe my favorite question of the entire one is, what are your chances of making it as a Hollywood director?
Oh shit.
I don't know.
Zero.
I don't know.
Zero for all of us. Zero.
Yeah.
That's my thought personally.
Uh,
And not against the quality of your films. I mean, just I don't think it's likely.
Yeah. I don't have any intention on being a Hollywood director, and if the opportunity arose, I don't think I would even do it. I am not against working with a distributor if they're the right person down the line, but I will never make a movie with Hollywood unless it's Paul Blart Mall Cop 3, but that's never gonna happen. So unless it's Paul Blart Mall Cop 3 and I have full creative control, I will always.
Caleb is serious about this.
Yeah.
He's not joking.
I'm writing the script regardless. Anyway, I will always produce independently and probably always release independently. So honestly, the question doesn't even matter to me, because even if it came to my doorstep, I don't have any interest in going and making the next like Disney remake or whatever. It's just not something I'm interested in.
Someone said the only one who said Joel is going to make it.
Joel,
Just fucking Joel.
he gets to do the new Scooby-Doo.
Unless he's talking about Joel Haver. He could be talking about Joel Haver.
It could be the person you might be talking about.
I-
For all I know, I have
You
no
gotta
idea.
specify with the Joel thing.
Yeah, you'd
You're-
have to specify.
We only have one Joel in the room.
I
but
think
there's-
this Joel's gonna make it.
I would say, yeah, I feel like, I don't know. I was thinking about it when I said the last time that I probably wouldn't make and it's probably true. I probably wouldn't make one, even if there was like some crazy, director or someone who wanted me to work. Probably not, but I will say this: if like John Carpenter said, "Hey, it's time, bring Dan along."
Comes out of fucking retirement.
Well, if John Carpenter goes, yeah, hey, I've been thinking maybe Thing 2, and I want to get you and Dan in, and Ed in 922 to help, I'd be like, that might be the only thing that would get me to actually want to make a huge like thing. All right.
I have no clue if Hollywood would ever want me working on something of theirs, but I mean, I don't think I'm even at that level of confidence as a filmmaker to work on a scale of that size. So I'm just going to say, if the time comes, hopefully I'm ready. But I mean, also that just depends on the situation again, like we said earlier. So who knows?
When the bell rings.
Yeah, maybe that'll be my shot to the moon. Or who
That was
knows?
a good one.
I'm not altogether opposed. Do I think the chances are high? No. We talked earlier about those movies that we have ideas with large budgets. One that I have, I'd love to have it be shot on location in Ireland, and obviously that's not something you can do solely independently funded. So my dad, actually, I talked to him about it. It's like, hey, maybe it's the kind of thing, after I have a few movies under my belt, go to, I don't know, Mel Gibson, see if he would fund something like that. So not Hollywood necessarily as a system, but people in Hollywood who would be friends, allies to the folk community, potentially reach out to them to help with stuff like that.
I'm with Ethan. I'm more unsure on the chances. I know the chances are lower than we probably liked, but I will add this question, which I think it's an interesting thought, is there are so many talented people in Hollywood, but there's also a lot of people in Hollywood who are just as talented as us, if not less talented. And I'm not trying to be bold or anything, but we're all fairly competent at what we do. And if those people, why not us?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like,
Joel and I are pessimists.
yeah, no, exactly. And there's nothing. I'm not saying there's no right or wrong answer. I genuinely don't know. I can't say. But that is an interesting thought, I think, of if those people in Hollywood, why not us? And that's all.
That might be the best argument, I think, I think you make a good point there.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's take some more questions, Nathan.
You're the.
And
Nathan
actually,
is just awesome right now.
and actually, hold on. Can I add something else to that too? I think we're all pretty. I mean, again, I think there's a tendency, especially among Ethan and I, to really downplay like our worth as filmmakers, because
Yeah.
I
would say I've done that
Yeah.
too. I know.
and I think that's something that we can help each other with in the community, because when I make something, I mean, I released Video Carnage. I thought it was god awful. I'm gonna be honest. I thought it was a terrible movie. I didn't think it was very good. I was so like drawn in the trenches, and I was like, hey, you know what? I don't really care for it so much. But people like it. I'm not saying it's the greatest movie ever. I'm not saying there's not flaws with it, but people enjoy it. And often our perceptions of our own talent is warped. So having people you can rely on, and buddies and filmmakers and people you can go to, like, hey, what am I doing right? What am I doing wrong? I think that's a skill, and that's something that more people should be doing, is like trying to improve and honestly looking at yourself. What am I really good at, and what do I need improvement at? And just be honest about those things.
I love Video Carnage. Don't ever feel sad about that, because Video Carnage is fantastic. I know how you feel. Like when I made Long Con, it kind of felt like, what am I doing?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like, I didn't feel fully behind it, in the sense that I was just I think I was just burnt out. When you work 4 or 5 years on a project, so Elijah says the pessimism gang. Hashtag. I think that's pretty good. Ultimately, I think that, like, yeah, I mean, there's projects I've been really optimistic about, like Sheep Theater and Chlorine and Pure Cinema. I feel like Long Con was just a very hard movie to get through, and I don't think I disliked the movie. I just disliked the experience of making the movie, and it was very hard for me to get through some parts while editing. Let's move on to the next question.
Okay. Actually, two things, not question related, but they're quick. Jesus just said peace, guys. So if he comes back, Jesus, we love you as well.
Adios.
Peace.
I love Jesus with all my heart.
All right, so that's that. And then Phantom Film said, "Oh, guys, that reminds me, I got something for y'all to check out. Maybe put whatever you're saying in this chat here in a second. We'll get to it, or just send it to one of us and we'll check it out." The next question, though.
Just so you know, if there is any links, the live stream, YouTube, like, automatically does not allow.
Oh,
links.
removes
Tweet
it.
them at us.
Tweet
or
them, like,
whatever
Yeah.
is the easiest place for you to send them to us. Do that. And yeah.
Just so you know, 'cause for some reason they have like some auto setting on there,
Gotcha.
just so there's like no spam.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that's
and,
great.
and then I got the next question. Sorry, I just wanted to call those out because it seems like they're important. From Elijah himself, he asked, for any of the filmmakers, any news, thoughts, or plans on physical media for your films? And
You already answered
We
that.
kind of answered that. I answered it. If you guys, anyone wants to take it, really, because I kind of answered it. My
Thoughts
opinion.
at some point. Yeah,
some
that's
point.
our answer.
Yeah, for me, the plan is to just whatever feels right for the project. There are definitely projects in the future that I think are going to, at least for my vision to become a reality, require copyrighted music again, and those will be folk films. There'll also be movies that are copyrighted free that I think work better as folk films or whatever. But it's basically just going to be project to project for me. If I make a movie that has no copyrighted music in it, then obviously I'm going to push for a physical release. But it just depends on the project, because it's just, I don't know what's going to have copyrighted music and what's not right now. So
Let's keep going.
Okay,
I
sweet.
feel like you are a much better moderator.
Thank
This
you.
is great.
you
I love
you
it.
might have to hire him for $5.
Yeah, that's my price, apparently.
$5.
Fiverr. He's gonna do a Fiverr host.
Yes.
I'll come onto your stream.
Yeah, real quick though, Holly from Hargreaves doesn't have a question, but she's apparently on lockdown for 2 weeks in Australia. So I just want to say, also be safe there. That's one thing I wanted to say. The next question is though, Lyle Tyler, would you all consider creating a single character, but each of you make your own movie with that same actor/character? Much love. Can't wait to see what y'all put out next. So basically, a combined universe, basically.
Oh, interesting. That's not.
Can you That is like a complicated. That was a
So basically, he's asking, can we all we each make our own different movie with the same character played by the same actor?
So like Pool Boy.
So like,
we all made a
so
Pool
like
Boy
if
movie.
like Jordan wanted to direct Pool Boy,
Yeah.
Yeah.
would I do it? No, I don't think I would. Just 'cause I feel like I would not probably do justice to some of your guys' ideas. I think it would be fun to do a short film in there, but I feel like I don't think I could do the justice that you guys could do to, let's say, The Bell Rings or Video Carnage or any of these other ideas. I just don't think that would be my interests. If someone wanted to direct something of mine, I also feel like it would be weird, because it's like I feel like I have ownership over those things. That might not be the fun answer, but that's like the more truthful answer, I guess.
I think it would be. It'd have to be like a brand new character that none of us have ever.
That makes a lot of
yeah,
sense too.
because obviously Pool Boy is yours. Any of their characters are theirs. Any of our characters are ours, and it would just be hard to give that to another person and trust your life or whatever with that. Whereas if we just all agreed together on one character and then we went off and made our own scripts, I mean, it would depend on like what the story ended up being, but I'm not opposed to that idea. I don't know. It would be an interesting experiment. If not, I could see us each doing like vignettes, like basically where it would like become a feature film because we each directed a part of the feature film. I think that would be a cool.
I think we talked about that.
Yeah.
I agree with Caleb what he said, but
Bye,
also
Penny Graham. Sorry,
Yeah.
you just said bye in the chat. So
bye, Penny.
Bye.
He just kept saying it. It's funny. Real quick, I just want to say it's totally confirmed, just totally confirmed that Sam from Not So Amazing shows up in the bell rings in the Spider-Man costume. And like it sets up the doomed RC Films universe where the doomed boys from Bell Rings show up in Not So Amazing too. Thank you very much.
Throw a brick at Ethan and run away.
That's your unexpected
do
twist.
we need any more people to answer that?
I don't. I think we can.
No, I don't. I
Okay. The next one's fun. Also.
I'd say going
think
for it,
it'd
just
be-
volunteer if you wanted.
I could see it I could see it in the future, like writing.
Joel's here.
Joel.
He's there, but you're not here.
Joel, where are you?
Joel says, genuinely love the composition of the shot. Great stream, fellas. Love to see you all in one place.
I have some words.
Yeah, Joel, where are you?
Hi, Joel. Nice to meet you. I'm Nathan. So basically, here's what I need to happen. I need you to turn around real quick. Because right now, there's $5 on the line. A very important $5. Where I said you would be here in Chicago by the time we leave. That I would get $5 from this guy. For some reason why, he doesn't want you here. How random.
No, that's fine. This is turning into a like WWE Raw like thing.
Like Mari Povich.
yeah,
right
really
here.
fast.
Oh my goodness.
I want you here just as bad as this guy. I just was smart enough to know that you weren't gonna be here. So
You heard it here first, folks. He thinks I'm a dumbass. But either way,
not true.
okay.
Joel has a question you wanted to answer from previous.
Well, no, yeah, just the last question about like idea of doing like the same actor, same character. I think it would be fun if one of us wrote like a character treatment or something, and then all of us made our own stories from that.
Yeah.
Like I think that would be cool.
If
Where
we
we
did
all-
it would need to be Nathan because Nathan will travel anywhere. So Nathan should be the actor in that scenario because then he would go to wherever he needed to do the next
We'll
part.
save on packaging. Just put you in a FedEx box.
I just finally realized what you guys just said,
Yeah.
but I was so distracted because, like Joel just said, I'm gonna lose $5 because he's in South Dakota. Oh.
What's do you have $5?
I'm going to an ATM later.
Let's see. Let's get to the next question.
Yeah.
Okay. Snap. I lost it because it just went down for some reason. Distract.
Distract.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyone have anything to distract?
Wait.
Travis Hobbs, the serial killer from Video Carnage, just joined the chat. Everyone say hi to Papa Hobbs.
Hi, Papa.
Hey!
Yes. Hi.
I love that part.
Yes. All right. Here we go. All right. So, oh Lord, how do you pronounce that? Lebossier Productions. Lebossier Productions. Forgive me. Lebossier Productions. If you could have one famous Hollywood actor in your next movie, who would it be? Speed round. Joaquin Phoenix.
What's the question?
Famous actor.
Famous Hollywood actor in your movie, who would it be?
Tobey Maguire.
Oh, that's
Adam Sandler,
Ooh.
not even a.
You have to pass me. I have to think about it for a little bit.
I'm gonna go adjacent to you, Dan. Andrew Garfield.
Oh, I want to see that collaboration.
Steven Yeun or Aubrey Plaza. One of those two.
I'm just not gonna be able to answer it. There's too many.
Just say whatever's at the top of your head. Any just random actor.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be
you
the best one. Just one.
Nathan Cash.
I would like Steven
Hey.
Merchant. Steven Merchant from Hello Ladies.
Yeah.
love. Oh.
Yes, I love the work of that guy.
Great one.
Denzel Washington.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
All right.
Okay. All right. Next question.
Like,
Oh, yeah. Who was the moderator? Like about to do
Dan,
the Oregon chant there?
Yeah, God damn
He
it.
needs this work, Dan. He needs to get his $5.
Yeah, clearly I'm losing it. Either way. All right, sweet. I'm a
This
little
is the
depressed.
$5
No, good. See, so I'll.
No wonder why it's $5.
Hey.
Haha.
Prophecy is fulfilled.
Yeah. Let me know if this is one we want to go into detail, but I think I can answer it pretty quick. Elijah asked a follow-up question to the one he asked before about the physical media. He asked, is there going to be a push for original/royalty-free music for your films in the future?
Yeah, I already answered my part of that, so yeah.
No.
Oh.
What was it? Is there going to be a push for royalty-free tracks?
Yeah, and just
I was mostly joking.
Yeah, I mean, I think, yeah, and I think I can speak a little bit for Dan too. I think it just depends on the project.
Yeah.
Certain projects you can, when you're shooting or when you see the footage, you can like hear a song you've heard before in the past. So sometimes you just want to use it. But I'm sure in 12 features we're gonna have some features where we
I
have
do want to clarify my answer.
copyright free.
I was
No.
My actual answer is depends. It depends on the project. There will be films that will use projects. Basically, what Joel's saying was basically some projects are going to use copywritten songs. Some are going to be completely copywritten free. Maybe no songs. Maybe just independent artists. That definitely will change. But the general, like, the vibe of it is like, no, I don't think that's going to overall change for my channel. I think I'm going to still use copywritten songs for a lot of the films.
Depends on the project, but for right now, my plan is to stick with copyright-free music.
Like 80% of the music I listen to are soundtracks. I'm a sucker for a good score, and so I would love for the majority of my movies to have original score. The first one I'm working on now, at this point, I just want to get it out, so I'm not going to bother with that. I'm going to use copyrighted stuff, but as I start making more movies, I would love to have original stuff.
Video Carnage was the first movie in literally like years, 6 years that we've used copyrighted music for.
Yeah.
So Video Carnage are the exception, but for going forward, we're pretty much going to keep doing royalty, or I mean composing in my case, or royalty free or free music, that kind of thing.
Yes.
Darude Sandstorm.
How did you know that was the next song and the bell rings?
I have no idea what the next two are. I think one of them is an actor. I'm not sure. The first one is they're both from Strawman Productions. They're two together. They asked, "What do you think of the documentary/video making style of Andrew Callahan, All Gas No Brakes /Channel 5?"
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, me neither.
I can't speak to that. No.
We're-
Sorry.
Ed,
No idea.
we're uncultured.
Ed's got like this long essay ready to go.
I've been waiting for this one.
You wrote the comment.
All right. And then the second question is, what do you guys think of Terrence Malick in his films? Is that the actor or?
No.
You just
Stay there.
smack him with your copy of
Stay there.
Badlands.
Give me a minute.
I thought that was like Freddie Mercury from the Bohemian Rhapsody.
You just keep going. I will just keep going with questions and I will find it.
Okay,
There we are.
sounds good. All right, well we found it. Okay, Terrence Malick.
Days of Heaven.
Okay.
I'm not giving this to you. Not until you know who he is. He's a great director. Great film. Badlands is fantastic as well. Love Terrence Malick. The only film I don't like is what's the Tree of Life. Don't like that.
I haven't started my journey through his filmography yet, but I know of him, and I'm excited to check out all of his movies. Yeah.
I too have not begun my journey, but someone commented that The Bell Rings looks a lot like Days of Heaven, and you know what? They are incredibly correct. So,
I've seen the first like 5 minutes of that, so I can agree.
Yeah, I mean, I think the only thing I've seen of him is Days of Heaven. Days of Heaven was a fantastic film. I'm gonna have to rewatch it like 5 more times to study the cinematography because it's just fantastic in terms of cinematography.
you got anything?
Big fan. Can't wait to see his movie Hidden Life. Also has a fantastic score by Gibson Howard.
Yeah, I love Terrence Malick. I think he's really cool.
Thank you. All right.
Basically, just hand it back to you.
No, I don't know why I handed it to you.
Okay, so Carl E asked, "What are the chances of making it as a Hollywood director?" I'm not sure.
We already answered that.
But I'm not sure if they're asking about
that literally
Moving
was
on.
the-
We did it.
Okay,
Exact same question.
all right. In that case,
The
then.
moderator has lost the plot.
Oh dang. Okay. Phantom Films asked again, how many people are in that room at this point? I'm expecting MJ to pop his head into frame and wave hello. Who's MJ?
Oh, Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson.
7 of us. 7.
Oh, there's 7 of
will.
us.
7.
Yeah. Whoa. All right. And then stall for me.
Great movie.
Time to stall. Do 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 do.
Is now a good time to
I mean, I guess
do
like.
the
all the
Discord
Terrence
stuff?
Malick films
Or...
are-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we want to? That's the biggest thing. That's going to change a lot up.
Wait,
Yeah,
what?
my
Should we
Yeah.
or should we keep going?
I say we just keep going.
Oh, let's do it. Yeah.
Wait, what?
Nothing. Keep reading.
Yeah, just keep reading. We're just talking about
Dan, what films have you seen by Terrence Malick?
Badlands, Days of Heaven.
Thin Red Line.
No, I think those are the 2 I've seen. I have it's called A New Life, I think, or the New Life.
A New
I have-
World.
A New World. A New World.
That's the
Thank you.
Pocahontas one.
Sorry.
Yeah, I have those 3 on Criterion. I need to see that one. That's like the next one I'm on.
Or are there others that you haven't seen that you don't that you know of?
Oh, this is actually a fantastic question. Holly asks, out of all of you, who is the next to release a feature? Like, which one of us is going to drop the next
Personally,
feature? Like,
People
or just
in this
interchangeable.
room.
September 17th for us.
Yeah. September 17th, our friend and co-worker Zach Hendricks will be releasing
That's one too.
Wild Boys: The Hunt for Sasquatch.
A new film is coming on 9/22.
What day?
Yeah.
When? Give me
9/22. Watch me as I go.
Nice.
All right. Next question is a speed round. Little Caesars or Domino's lol.
Domino's.
Domino's. No, Little Caesars.
I changed my mind.
Domino's,
I've changed my
Brooklyn
mind.
crust. Yes.
Little Caesars.
Little Caesars.
So Domino's.
Domino's.
And then
Ed?
Little Caesars.
hell yeah.
That's a great.
But Chicago deep
Okay.
dish over them all. You know what
This-
I mean?
Chicago deep
This
dish.
oddly
We still have some in the fridge.
Yeah, this is oddly the same question as the last one, which is the pizza one, which is, all right, let's talk about bad experiences. What's the worst experience you've had when filmmaking? Actor ran away, losing footage, pizza.
We're not gonna hog this one. Let's let.
Yeah, we're good.
We've said the story too many times.
Yes.
I had an actor basically not show up, and we had another actor who wasn't extremely mobile. It was kind of hard to get them there. And that guy got there, and we basically had to tell him, like, yo, you're going to have to come back in a couple days because this guy totally bailed on us, and it was the most embarrassing thing ever. And I honestly, I don't think I've ever been more embarrassed as a director.
Yeah, I mean, I think
Same experience?
that one was bad. I feel like
That actor in general was just terrible.
yeah, it was that was a tough situation. For me, I'd say it's nothing more scary than a cop showing up on set and when you have a bunch of things going on. I'm guessing
Like
very
prop
similar.
airsoft guns.
Yeah, like similar to Caleb and Nathan's experience with getting kicked out of a location. But like when you're looking with these toy guns and there's a cop that shows up, and he doesn't leave his car, you just hear him like speak out of whatever device and just put your guns down. When you hear that from a police officer with their cherries rolling, gets a little scary. I would say.
I would just say
In general, please, if you listen to this show, if you listen to anything,
Tomorrow.
if you guys listen to this, please just be safe. Like, it is always better to ask the cops, like, hey, like, I'm going to be out here with some toy guns, rather than get hurt. And I think that's the number one thing I would just say.
Okay. I'm going to answer this one.
Wait.
Wait.
What?
We have bad experiences on sets too.
Sorry.
We're not perfect. No. I'm going to answer for okay. I have this movie. If you go back on Doom Productions, there's a trailer for a movie called Driving Mr. President, but the movie's not out. There's a reason for this. Now, going backwards, 3 years from when that trailer dropped, we had shot the movie with a different director working with us. Our friend Bones directed it, and that movie got deleted entirely. Project, footage, everything gone. So the next year, we rewrote the script, and I came on as the director for the project. Then our main actor got married and went on a honeymoon halfway through and cut his hair, did everything, changed his look. So we rewrote it again and shot it a third time the next year. And the reason it's not done is I got so burned out from editing that project that it is still to this day not done, and it's been 4 years in editing. And it will come out this year.
Some say it
Along
still
with the
haunts the
documentary.
halls of Adobe Premiere.
And Sony Vegas at
The
one point.
project barely works.
Yeah.
Seriously.
All right. It's not nearly as devastating as that. About 4 years ago, I was filming a documentary for making of the Nutcracker from a dance studio, and I lost a 128 gigabyte memory card.
Oh no.
That's rough.
I genuinely believe that Ed was going to tell a story about the long con about some asshole director named Taylor. I was getting scared. I was like, no!
That would have been amazing.
That would have been
We
hilarious.
do it now.
I'm not gonna do not so because between podcasts and our filmmaker hangouts with Doomed, we've said basically everything, and a bunch of special features are gonna tell the stories. But I will say one about Living with Trevor that I haven't talked about in years. If people followed it back then, they're gonna know this. But for people that don't, basically that movie had 3 very distinct versions, and the second one, which I thought was gonna be the one, all of the footage got lost in a hard drive crash, and I didn't have a backup aside from literally like 5 gigabytes of footage, like the scene with Chris on his bike at the beginning and stuff. That was all from the second version, but it was a blessing in disguise because that version was terrible, and I was trying to emulate Clerks instead of making my own movie, and it was visually ugly. It was lifeless directing wise, and I have to like thank that hard drive for crashing because it saved my first feature film from being absolutely abysmal. So
That's like actually like a kind of a great story, just because like, who would think that like a hard drive crashing seems like such a demotivating thing, but the fact that you kept staying motivated and kept going.
That's big respect for that.
I know. I
couldn't.
I
do
had
that.
a problem with Sheep Theater at the very tail end of the editing, where the entire project turned purple, and I mean like literally everything was just different shades of purple, and I almost just threw my computer out the window.
Nice. Sorry.
Solid.
also, I want to point out that we were not done filming the second one, so I didn't lose like the entirety of the movie, but we were probably like 3 weeks away from being wrapped. So it was a pretty big portion of the movie. I just don't want to give us too much credit. Like it wasn't like we had to go reshoot an entire movie,
But you basically did.
we reshot a lot. Yes.
All right. So the next question is, I think, I'm not sure one of us can ask, or it could be a speed round. The Killer Bot Films Show asked also ads on folk films on YouTube, yes or no? So like ads.
Yes. Fuck yes.
Wait.
That was not
What
Good point.
was the question?
You should should you put ads on folk films? Yes or no? Fuck yes. If you have the ability to put ads, why not?
I have I think a good answer. Yes. And also, as an audience member of YouTube, get YouTube Premium because fuck watching ads with movies, but the way it's set up, I think I'm pretty sure either way, the person who's putting ads on their stuff gets money. You just don't have to sit through them if you have YouTube Premium. So, yeah, as an audience member, I hate watching ads through movies, but as a filmmaker who needs the income, yeah, don't.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I don't think any of us want to stay, living paycheck to paycheck, not making money off our movies. Obviously, that's useful to us. So, do it. It's all good. Anyone else?
Yeah, I mean, I would agree with everyone.
If you can't, I would say, if we can put ads on our stuff, I think we should. If you can, do it.
Yeah.
But you as an audience member, you can choose to download ad blocker or not. So
I was good. Yeah, that was basically.
you don't have to watch our ads. That's cool.
Yeah, this is not like shove ads down.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I fully support anyone who wants to download ad blocker. That's fine with me.
Totally agree.
Yes. I just agree with Caleb. Let's see. Sorry. Okay. After that, I just want to say, Grape said Joel is gonna make it. I thought, they meant like, let's see, just like Joel's gonna.
We talked about that one.
Yeah. But I now have another inquiry. What if Joel's gonna make it, as in Joel Haver comes back?
That was what we- I think-
If Joel,
Yeah.
If Joel Haver makes it back to Chicago.
Yes, that's what I'm imagining now. Totally. Yes. And then Killer Bot Film said, Caleb, I'll make Paul Blart 3 before you.
If you want to turn this into a war, we can make that happen. Send me the meetup.
Yeah. Oh my God. Okay. Also, we have another goodbye from Keisha. She said, I love you, Caleb. And yes.
I love you too.
Oh, that's cute. Say it again.
I love you too.
Anyone joining in right now, that must be really nice.
I love you. If you've ever wanted to be loved by Caleb Robinson, now is the
Now you can just take that and then make that your
2 hours of Caleb
Yeah.
Robinson
can-
loving you.
Click your USB gets unplugged. You just literally have Caleb say, "I love you."
So let's see here. All right, Carl E again, asking, do you think folk filming will be the next big movement in film history?
I feel like this is like a bait question I don't think the person who asked it is, but like the way it feels is like if I say yes, I would look like an asshole, and if I say no, I look like I don't believe in folk filmmaking. My question is that is not up for me to determine. I can't really say if it will or it won't. I think that there's a lot of talented people in here, and I believe that it could be. I just don't want to jinx that, perhaps.
That's a good answer. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, I am undecided too, but I will say this: when I entered this community, I was probably more pessimistic. I watched Pure Cinema and I was like, I really like this movie. I still don't really agree with Dan's hope for I'm hopeful, but I basically I don't think this is gonna happen. But like over the past 3 months, I don't know. I'm thinking that at bare minimum, this is the next there was that whole era of mumblecore movies and getting handy cams and going and making feature films and selling them to IFC and stuff like that. I think this is bare minimum the next era of that, just way, way better. So I'm actually pretty hopeful for it. I think it's more the filmmakers than the distribution platform itself, but I think many, many folk filmmakers are the future of filmmaking in general. That's what I would say. So, yeah.
Ditto.
So...
Everyone just starts walking out the door. Is there
Controversial answer ever, and everyone's offended.
Let's see here.
Yeah.
Strawman Productions asked another question. I almost missed it because there was no question mark, oddly enough. But basically, I think I might even hand this to the Doom Boys, and maybe someone else will take it too. I'm gonna have to do some adjusting for this one. Do you think one has to / should study film in college in order to be a good filmmaker? Alternatively, what's your guys' vocational background? Which path did you take to get to where you are as filmmakers?
Jordan, take it away.
Yeah, just let
There's a great video coming from our channel with me and Joel coming in the future. But what I will say now is that filmmaking is an investment. Think about what you would get out of it, and before you decide to go. That's what I would say. Joel and I both went to film school. Did anyone else go to film?
Ed,
You went to film school. Oh, you should talk about this too. But essentially, it's a complicated answer. It's different for everyone. But think about how much money you're spanking. How much money?
What about spanking?
Yes.
Jordan, getting kinky.
Think about how much money you're spending, and think about what you're going to get out of it. And work hard when you're in the program to get what you want out of the program. That's what I would say.
I would just say shortly, if you're self-motivated, if you're motivated enough, YouTube can teach you everything you need to know about filmmaking. If you're not as self-motivated, you might need to go to film school to get a really good foundation. Let's go to Ed for the rest.
I got you.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's absolutely correct. It is what you make of it. I've thought about this a lot as far as do I regret going to school, and ultimately I decided no, because the decision to have gone to school made me who I am, and that experience, those memories, that knowledge, regrets, all that, I would be a very different person if I hadn't gone. I maybe would not have. I would have. Obviously, I already knew Joel, but maybe the conversations that led to me being introduced to Dan and being involved with the long con, which then led to this collaboration. Maybe that wouldn't have happened. I mean, all these different things. It's the future is a wild card when you go into the past and mess with what could have been. So ultimately, no, I don't regret having gone. But
Yes. Right. I actually have my own answer, even though I've never been to a college for films. It's kind of the same thing for actors, I feel like, because I feel like you learn it as you go. I'm actually going to speak for Caleb a bit right here. Okay. Because yeah, so Caleb, one of the most wise things Caleb has ever told me is that the best film school you will ever go to is the one that you make, basically, as in like making movies is the best film school you will ever get, because you will learn all of it right there and then as you're making it. And I say the same thing about acting, is that if you even if you don't have films going on around your like town, go to like school plays and musicals just to like get that experience, because I mean, as long as you what's happening. Oh no.
It's not Jordan's spanking money thing is now a quote.
He just goes, "How much money are you spanking Jordan Ross 2021?" That's gonna just be right now. If anyone wants to go to Video Carnage and spam that comment, please.
Hey,
Please do.
It'll
Please
help the
do.
algorithm. Let's do it.
I want everyone who discovers Video Carnage to go to the comments and be so confused when they see how much money are you spanking.
Yeah.
Thank you, Zach.
Please do it.
Yeah. Okay. We'll still be here, so go ahead. Okay, I give you a second.
Yeah.
Okay, welcome back. So yes, that's kind of my thoughts on it. It's just like the best school you can ever get is just doing it in general, just kind of failing and learning from it. So there you go. There's that. This one is a pretty quick one. I think one of us could answer. It's Francis Brothers Films. Yeah, he's adding on from the question about earlier from the marketing. Going back to the marketing end of things, what is the thoughts on making shorts to promote the overall folk feature journey, or more BTS vlogs, etc.?
I feel like us
Dan
and Doomed,
should answer.
and Doomed should answer this as well. For tips and videos, I think it's the number one greatest way to promote your stuff, because literally every time you were talking about your film, you're just getting more audience. So every time you literally say your film's name in a tip video, 5 more people find out about your film, and that's a great way to promote it. In terms of shorts, one thing that I've done, and I think a lot of people think I absolutely hate short films, I have a whole series I'm going to be doing on chlorine shorts. Maybe we'll do one with the Doomed and RC guys this week if we have some time. And I love making these chlorine shorts. And so I think that shorts can be a good way to promote a feature film. So maybe after Video Carnage is out, you do another story with a character from Video Carnage or something like that. I could see down the line a lot of us trying to expand the narrative of our stories through short films. And I think those are a great way to promote. So,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to Doom because I think they want to answer.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I can go.
Yeah, you go for it. I'll just be here
Yeah.
if I need to say anything else.
What I'll say is, wait, hold on. What was the question again? So I can hear the phrasing.
Can you repeat the question?
Oh snap! Going back to the marketing end of things, what is the thoughts on making shorts to promote the overall folk feature journey, or more behind the
Shorts.
scenes vlogs?
Okay.
etc.?
Yes. So I agree with Dan. Every time you make a video, you should promote your work. That's something we're still working on, but we try to do. If you look to our channel and you see Video Carnage, like our feature film, you'll notice pretty much every video afterwards for maybe 15, 20 videos or so.
4 full weeks of content. For
Full
us.
4 weeks, that was only about Video Carnage. Now, we stopped. That's not a good decision. We should still be talking about Video Carnage, and we're working on it. But promoting your old work is a great idea. Showing vlogs and BTS. I'll also say that as a YouTube folk filmmaker, you have a lot of freedom with how you market your stuff, so you can be really creative with how you market things. Like, we shot some unconventional marketing stuff for The Bell Rings that I'm not quite sure a studio would be all in for if it was a Hollywood movie, but it's some really exciting because you can choose new and interesting ways to market your movie in a way that just marketing studios just can't.
And also you can grow well beyond just promoting your stuff through YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. You have all these other resources that have very different approaches to how content is shared and created. So take advantage of those, because you get to, as the filmmaker, you have the extreme luxury of being able to promote your movie however you want. So use whatever you feel like you want to take advantage of, because there's so many options there for you.
I would just say one thing. Yeah, I mean, if you're making films, chances are there's a lot of lessons you're making, or you're the learning while you're making those films. You know, Gary Vee said, "Document, don't create," and there's just an opportunity. There's just such a huge opportunity to, while you're documenting what you're learning, that can easily just go up on YouTube, and then people can not make the same mistakes you made because you're telling them about it. That by itself is huge.
So Joel Haver came in with some comments about this stuff we're talking about. I don't think shorts and features have to be narratively tied for there to be a synchronicity between them. I truly believe we live in an age of living off shorts and doing features out of passion. Shorts are king online as far as garnering an audience and making lots of things. From there, your fans will be spilling over into your features on the same channel. And I basically say I agree with Joel. I think it just depends on what kind of stuff you like making. For me, I think making a high volume of shorts would be very hard. For someone like Joel, I think that seems to be what works for him. For me, I like making like the tips videos. I think that's more sustainable between the features, especially with doing like the 12 features. I think that's a little bit more of a sustainable path. But I really think that, I mean, look at Joel's success doing the shorts. I think that there's nothing wrong with that path. I think that is a fantastic way, and I think that short online content is always king on the internet. And that would be what I would say, I think. Yeah. And then there's one more thing that I'm going to...
Yeah.
Someone said, Video Carnage 2, what was it? Video Carnage 2, how much money are you spanking?
I have to die again?
If we make Video Carnage 2, that line's got to be in there somehow. Somehow.
You're out there spanking some money. That's what May would say.
Yeah.
Let's see. All right. Let's see. Phantom Phillips actually sent a comment saying, Dan, I sent you the link if you want to check it out of that thing they wanted to send us.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah, we will check it out.
Oh, yes, we're checking it out. Finish your thing first.
We're going to check it out after this, hopefully. Please just maybe message him again so it'll remind us to do it. And, yeah, we'll get it checked out as soon as possible. Thank you so much for sending that. And, Ethan, here you go.
Thank you, Kyle and Zach, for commenting on Video Carnage already. You guys are the true MVPs.
Yes.
We actually had some real people.
Yep.
Also.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Okay. All right, let's just keep going. Yeah, we're here all day, folks. This one is a little bit touchy, I guess you could say, but it's gonna be okay. Excuse me. Yeah, let's see. We're just gonna go, I think, honest with this. I think it's just gonna be up to everybody. The Killer Bot Film Show asked least favorite folk film trope.
Folk film trope.
There is none.
Yeah,
Oh.
there aren't any.
There are no tropes in folk filmmaking because it's a distribution idea. It's not an idea about like, because this is one of the, this is the thing that actually really bothers me.
Misconception.
It's a misconception is that like all these folk filmmakers have like this narrative thread, like that they all like decide to do the same type of stories. I don't think that there's any trope in folk filmmaking because it's a distribution idea. So I really don't think this is even really a question.
Yeah.
I don't have a ton else to add. Just I don't know. I don't comment on things that I don't like about movies usually. So, and I don't think there's tropes with folk films. I think actually like folk films have the most variety out of any category of filmmaking right now. So yeah, I just think it's a non-question.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we all kind of agree it's a non-question.
Well, I have something to say. I think tropes in general. I mean, if you're saying worst trope, you're basically saying, okay, is there a commonality between every single folk film that has something bad, which is a critique? And I would say if you're going to critique, any film, be specific about that film. Say something about the specific film. Not every film has the exact same problem. So if you have any critiques to say about any of the folk films, we need that stuff. So be specific. Tell us things we can work on. If you like certain parts, say, hey, I love this, so that we know this resonated with you, so that we can keep doing that thing that was good and then change the things that are bad.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, that's great.
All right. Funny enough, the next two questions kind of work together. So Thomas S. and Kyle Roy. We'll start with Thomas S. He says, how about each of you make a 7-minute short film that takes off from the previous and sets up the next? And Kyle Roy said, what if y'all did a series together and a different person directs each episode?
I'm working on a story that I want to do. Well, I've told a little bit about it on some live streams. I want to do a chlorine TV show, and I want Pool Boy to be in the background of the show. And I would love if like each one of the episodes was like guest directed by like one of you guys or something like that. That would be fantastic.
Yeah.
So that's just like a short.
That'd be cool.
It is the time code is 5:53 for both of them.
Okay,
We-
thank you. I'm
We're,
just trying
we're
to find
syncing. We're syncing
it.
our.
It's just so I can read it again without having to ask it a bunch of times.
What was the question?
See, do you need actually?
Yeah,
What was
yeah,
the question?
Just say it, just
Okay.
say it.
The question was, well, okay, I'm just gonna. It's basically they're asking, what if we basically made one big thing together and we just did like small portions of each one, like if we would do that.
Yeah, if Jordan wants to answer, he can. I think it's another like based on our old answer. I think it's basically the same thing.
Yeah.
Depends on like who would want to do it, but I would be potentially down with something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I think if it was like a TV show thing where it's like each person takes one episode, I feel more comfortable than if it was like a feature film.
Yeah.
That's why I said no before and I said yes now.
Well, your vignettes idea for the feature too, I like that. I think that
Yeah.
made a lot more sense. We're
Yeah.
a bit more contained.
Yeah. Let's keep going on the questions.
Hello. Let's see what. All right, Jonathan Christian. Question for all: do you have a dream project? I'm just gonna answer that now. Yes.
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 I think
Yes.
he already answered
Yeah.
it.
Yes.
However, I this kind of goes into the other answer too. Is like, if so, what factors are holding you back from making that project currently,
good, that's
i.e.,
good.
budget,
Oh, yeah.
scale, etc.
Money.
Yeah, for Ethan, money. That's really it.
I think it's not money. I don't think I've ever had money be like the problem. I think it's usually scale, like just getting a lot of people together and knowing like you need to like find this location and that location and film with these people. I think it's just the scale usually. I feel like I could handle it with the money I have.
Yeah, I mean, I have a specific idea that needs a location that I would just have to like keep pestering, and until I found the right location and someone willing to let me use it. That would be the only thing that would hold back, an idea I have.
Locations and a character that would be extremely hard to cast. But that's it. Financially speaking, it wouldn't be much more expensive than any other movie I've made. So.
What about Ed?
Oh yes.
How dare you?
The majority of ideas I have are pretty doable on low budget. There's one I mentioned earlier that I would love to have filmed in Ireland. Obviously, that requires a lot more of a budget.
Yeah.
But that's the big one.
I got fucking roasted in the comments. money isn't an issue. Dan with his producer wife. Woo! I got roasted. That was a
Yeah.
Thomas knows how to get me. He knows how to get me. He's been here for a while. He knows how to get to me. That is a hilarious comment though. Once someone said Chlorine the series, different Hitman stories in the Chlorine world. Yeah, I'm working on one for the 12 features that might be expanded into the show, which is called The Fortune Cookie. I'm working on. So that's
Nice.
That's exciting.
I like to spoil stuff that I'm working on.
All right, Carl E. I think one of us is gonna be able to do this unless we disagree. Carl E. Do you think streaming services gives younger directors a chance to make their films? And I'm believing YouTube basically.
I did not hear the question.
Say it again.
Oh yeah. Do you think streaming services gives younger directors a chance to make their films?
Yes, and I think the answer is going to be yes for all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no reason to keep
Yeah.
going on that one.
Yeah.
That's just yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's see. I just got back from work. I sent you a link for my announcement on Twitter. Get ready because it's a big one. Oh, Dan, I sent you a link for my announcement on Twitter. Get ready because it's a big one. It's Phantom Films.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yes.
Let's see. SP, we already did that. Let's see. That's about what are you about at the moment? Okay. This is actually super interesting. Okay, Elijah. Yeah, Elijah said, reposting at SP question, what has been your proudest moment in this folk filmmaking journey?
The playlist. I think the playlist in general, I think like there was a lot of stuff like the name is cool, the getting the community together is cool, but I feel like the playlist is the only thing that kind of like fuels everyone to keep going because it's like you keep seeing work coming through. So I feel like that is possibly the most proud moment is like once the playlist happened, I realized there was a movement of people doing this.
Okay.
And anyone else want to take that or are we good?
Hang on.
I feel like
Yeah.
unless you might have a really good answer. So.
No, I don't. I'm trying to think.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
fishing,
Yeah,
but I don't.
We'll
I don't think I have
We'll
one.
save you guys for last. Caleb and mine might be the same or literally might just be entirely different. it sounds dumb, but I think it was meeting the Doom Boys for the first time because basically it was like this idea that like we don't have to just be stuck across computer screens to meet now. It's just like we could just drive a couple hours and just meet each other. These people who have made these grand scale projects that we like we have made, and we're not alone in this universe anymore. It's just like, you know, there are people just like us, and the Doom Boys started that for us, and because of that, we're here now. So yes, also here you go, Caleb.
That was one of mine. I was gonna do one like just practical and real life thing, and then one thing about one of our movies, and so I'll just say that one. The final fight is like, I still ponder the question of how we actually made that happen. So I look back at that super proud, and I'm also proud to have a scene in a movie I directed that has the Elfman Spider-Man theme blazing. So it's like, yeah, it's everything.
Oh, wait. We made a movie in 15 days. Shot and edited and released in 15 days. That was pretty crazy. I think that was pretty cool.
That, and I wrote my first feature film, and that's something I thought I'd just given up on ever doing.
That's
So
awesome.
yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
Thank you. Okay, this is just towards Ed, just like a proposition. Jonathan Christian. Ed, if you want someone to make some original compositions for your film, I'd gladly help. So
Sweet.
there you go. Yes. Slide up in them DMs. Let's see. All right, Kyle Roy again asking, is the Bell Rings a Western? Is the Bell Rings a Western?
No.
Dun, dun, dun.
But yes.
But kinda, but no.
But maybe.
Theories intensify.
Potentially.
They have been teasing me. They have been denying me the facts. The RC Films has read the script. Why haven't I?
They actually no. They have been sent the script and they have not read it. And at this point,
Why haven't you?
Because we've been too busy on our own stuff, but also because it's the same thing as like Ramekin 2. We have that script, but we're not reading it because we just want to watch the movie.
Exactly.
So
It's just,
That's a very, very good point.
It's just to bug you, Dan.
Yes. The next question is from Holly Hargreaves. We answered this question, I believe. It's out of all of you, who is next to release a feature, I believe.
Yeah.
Is it doomed here? Or is it...
It's Doomed and
so.
us, Dan.
So-
It's
so
kind
it's
of both of
Doomed
us.
and then
We're
Rocky
so
Horror.
They're
close.
4 days apart.
So it's gonna be like
We're gonna eat your marketing up. Joke. That's gonna be great. That's gonna be
fun.
A whole week. It's gonna be great. We'll be
Mark your calendar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, that answers your question. And don't worry about thank you, Borisuri, for saying it's not no. Let's
not
see.
English.
Thank you for don't worry about all great picks, and don't worry about mispronouncing my name. Thank you very much.
You just get worse.
Yeah. Okay, this is an interesting one now. Subidism, I think I actually got it now. How? Subidism, I've always wanted to make a 6-part miniseries and upload it to YouTube. Is that a folk film? I believe that's just a miniseries.
I think that there could be folk TV in the folk filmmaking movement. I don't think that that's something I wouldn't be. I could see that being a thing. I just don't think anyone's been that ambitious to do it. Like if someone tomorrow, let's say Doom decided to do a 6-hour TV show, I just put it in the
Joel
playlist.
Haver did I'm Going to Be Famous.
I forgot about that
Yeah.
part because it's put on his
as a feature.
As a feature, but he has a channel where it's like a
and it's the episodes are long.
They're longer. It's like a couple hours long.
Exactly, yeah.
So that would probably be the only one, but I just have the film on there because I don't know where the little small clips are.
Yeah.
all I want to add is TV is still filmmaking, and they may not be movies, but they're just as valid.
Yeah, and I think it's called folk filmmaking, not like folk feature filmmaking.
Yeah.
So I think that TV shows, long form content could still work on the playlist, and I think that if someone is willing to do that, that'd be awesome.
Go for it.
Just keep pushing the boundaries and make it hard for us to know what's happening. I think that's the most exciting thing is you guys just doing crazy stuff and we're just here speechless. So do it.
Yeah.
I think we have about 24 minutes before 7. I think we're gonna push to 7 and then we're gonna stop.
Okay,
That works.
Right.
Okay.
So
Do you
say
want
that
to
again?
skip down a little?
We're gonna push to 7. So we have about 24 minutes left, and if you have any burning questions, please ask.
Okay, from here on out, let's just be at the like go to
I actually-
current?
Go to current right
I
now.
have a better idea. How about this? Let's go. I stick with the older ones, and then after I get done with an older one, you do a new one, and then I do an older one, newer, older.
I
That
think
can be
that's
confusing.
probably-
Just go to the very
Just
very
do
end.
new. Let's just
Just
do
go to
new.
the bottom.
All right, bye guys. Sorry about this.
Let's
Thank
just
you.
wait until there's a question that pops up.
Thank you,
and we'll-
thank you everyone who put in things. I'm just gonna start skimming now.
Since we're stopping at 7, I think we should just let Dan moderate the rest.
Okay,
Yeah.
sounds good. All right, thank you guys for letting me moderate. Bye-bye.
Nathan has been a fantastic host.
And
I mean,
fired.
we literally, when I say everyone here, we had no preparation for this live stream other than like we were rolling in and we were like, are we gonna make the time we agreed to make it? So that was crazy. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
For me, I think it's very emotional to see all you guys here. Like, it's a very emotional thing to be like, we all were just people on a screen, and I think you talked about it a little bit. Like, that's cool. Like, I never thought I would ever have, and I wouldn't say I'm like some giant filmmaker or anything like that, but I never thought I'd have like any influence on anyone over like what they would do with their films. And I feel like the fact that people are literally at my house because I was like, oh, let's do this thing called folk filmmaking, and here's the playlist, and then you guys found each other, and then you found me. I think that is just like the craziest, most surreal thing. Like, and I've had some crazy, surreal things happen in my life, but I feel like that's just the most awesome thing. It's just to see that like there are real people that can respond to your films and your work. And I don't know if you guys have any comments about folk filmmaking in general or that, but this would be a good one for, I think, everyone to take like a little longer answer and wrap up. So
That's great.
Yeah. I'm gonna let the back go first because
What was the question?
basically just like any wrap up thoughts.
I need to go pee.
That's a tough one to go straight there.
Yeah.
That's a tough
Do you,
one.
Be
Sure.
slow.
and Nathan, we were gonna
no.
do a speech
What?
about. You know, just kidding. I'm just kidding. Go to
What?
Go to, no, you go to the
No,
bathroom.
you go first.
Thank you. I'll try to be fast. Sorry. Thank you.
What I will say is that
Is
this
it over?
No.
Oh, hey, what's up, boss?
Elizabeth's here.
what I'll say is that this has also been a very fun adventure and journey, and thank you, Dan, for putting this all together and hosting us and feeding us. And I'm just excited for the future, really.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
shout out to Brenda Watts
Yeah.
for her hospitality.
Yeah. It's been cool. One of our, I think, regrets when Jordan was in film school and I was kind of tagging along as like his partner in all the projects was we didn't really take advantage of the community that was around us. We were very much like, and because we felt like we had what we needed, so we didn't reach out to anything else. And so we kind of were doing this on our own for a number of years. And so having found this other community that we've gotten to be a part of has been a really exciting experience, and we're very grateful for all the relationships that we've built through that, whether that's just through people commenting on our videos and just supporting us and us getting to do the same and support other people's movies, or the very real friendships that we're actually seeing in person finally and not just on the other side of a screen. It's just been all very exciting and cool to get to be a part of. So yeah, glad to make movies too.
Oh, I just missed all of Ethan's.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, Nathan's the worst.
Oh, wow.
Savage.
That is very savage. Yeah, independent film is has its share of drawbacks. Not everything we can do perfect. The goal is to get better, but the one thing that independent film does excel and will never be beaten at is how many people are able to do it at the same time. And in any place we can get together and get each other to make films and be excited about film is something that we can only do by the independent film community. So I think folk filmmaking is really exciting. I look forward to seeing all the films come. I mean, films are just coming out like hotcakes now. It's ridiculous. But to see, people that didn't know what they would do with their film suddenly having a place to put it. And if any of our films can give any of you guys an idea of, hey, maybe I'll do it, or maybe I have this film that I was thinking of doing this really long process of trying to, talk to some people. Hey, sure, do that, but you can also put it up on YouTube or anywhere for free. If this anything of what we've done encourages you, I think that's huge, and it's something that only the independent film community can do, and that excites me. Yeah, that's it.
Ed, you good?
Yeah, I got
There
So, not to be like a one-track horse or anything, but going back, motivation is something I've always struggled with, and so with the folk filmmaking as a movement, it's something outside of having to work your way up in Hollywood or going into unions or anything like that. It's something you can do now, and with the movement and with people in the movement, kind of like what's been said, it's you're not alone. No, you have people to help and encourage you along the way, and it's joint effort.
You and me first.
You can go first.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, this has been awesome. I have, for the longest time, filmmaking aside, struggled to find friends with similar interests, and I think this is like the best version of that because we're all literally doing the same thing. So I'm just happy to be meeting more people to be friends with in general, but it's also awesome to find people who are hopefully going to be future collaborators and just people who are going to continually support each other through this crazy movement. And yeah, I'm just really happy and proud that I have a place in it. So yeah, this has been great, and I'm excited to eat some hot dogs here in a couple of minutes too.
We're going to a restaurant.
Yeah.
God damn it.
That's what he meant.
Real quick, I just don't.
We're going out to a restaurant. That's what he means.
I don't have any comment.
I just wanted to hear people hear you laugh.
It caught me really off guard.
Hey! Oh my god!
Hey, Nathan, half of that can be for you.
Francis Brother Films, thank you so much. That is really nice. That's really sweet. You didn't have to do that.
Split into 7 ways.
Can I have it for $5 of it? I kind of lost some recently.
No.
I think Joel Haver should send $5 in the chat.
Oh my goodness!
Protect his people.
Called him out.
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea if I do say so myself. No. Real quick though, I'll say my thoughts here in a second. But Jonathan asked Dope Ed, what would be the best way to contact you for the composition stuff? So, do you have any ideas of the best way to get in contact with you? Facebook.
Just send me a pigeon.
He could.
That's a good question. I
Contact
don't have,
Dan, I feel.
Yeah,
Just contact 922 Films, 922filmproductions@gmail.com, and just say Ed Composer or something like that.
that one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now let's.
Perfect. Yeah, and then I'll say my thing. Basically, I'm the newest to all this, I do believe. I've only been a part of this for like the last 3 years, and I forgot it's 3 years now because I've lost so much time. But basically, I started off as a kid who was 18 years old, 17 years old, just graduating high school, scared of what I was going to do next because I had just left one of the biggest opportunities of my life because it was a toxic place. And I had a calling to start acting, I felt like, which everyone in my life told me, please don't become an actor, funny enough, because I almost seemed like a drama kid, so people would always be like, don't be an actor. And I'm like, okay. And then sure enough, I became an actor. Yeah, so that happened. And then I started just finding plays and musicals and all that to be a part of. And then one day I found a casting call for a movie that was going to be shot in Yakima, Washington. And the first thing that popped in my mind is like, I got to be a part of these guys. I watched their first feature film, and it changed my life because now I am the main villain of Not So Amazing and one of the co-owners of RC Films. And this is all I'm going to say is that even though there are people out there who are going to down talk you and tell you that you're probably not going to make it, here's the thing though, is that you're going to make it. If you make your movie, you made it. Good job. And then guess what? Now that you've made it, you can keep making it. Keep doing it. You're going to meet us at some point probably. That's the thing. Yeah. Yeah, his thing though is that like
You're gonna meet Nathan no matter what.
I start.
He's gonna meet you. That's
He's gonna look for you. He's gonna find you.
I just realized they're not a part of the other chat that we had, so they have no context to
You're
that.
right. You're right.
That's even better.
I will look for you. I will find you, and I will film you.
I'm a professional stalker as well, the producer. That's kind of my thing. But basically though, it's like next year we're planning on bringing more people and all that. So you might just be sitting here with us next year. That just might be a thing that happens. And I don't want to steal the entire show right now. It's like just
Great.
Okay, cool. So that's good. I just want to make sure. But yes, let's just say I'm the newest person here, and I'm already this deeply rooted into it because if you just throw yourself in head first, there's a lot of rewards in it. A very hardship, like a very hard push that has to come with all these movies. But the fact is that you're gonna have the best time of your life and some of the hardest times of your life. But at the end of the day, you feel fulfilled even when you're angry. You know? Hush.
Sorry, it's just Kyle's comment got me.
Wait, what did Kyle say?
He said, I gotta be a part of these guys. Nathan Cash 2021.
Thank you.
Comment that on Not So Amazing.
Overall, I think that Nathan made a very impassioned plea in order to get into folk filmmaking. If we want to, I think this is how I was going to end it. I think for the next, we have 13 minutes. I want to end exactly at 7. I was thinking just lightning, yes or no, yes or no questions.
I was gonna say, or you could ask specific questions to specific people. So if you in the comments want to ask specifically Jordan something or specifically Nathan something,
either specific questions or simple, like one person can answer them questions.
Yeah.
Go, because that will be the next 10, 13 minutes, and then we're gonna completely just end right there. So
We're just gonna.
So if you have any questions, then we'll see those roll in. I think the phone gets them a little before the computer screen does.
Okay.
Don't move.
So
yeah.
Okay. Oh, picture time.
Picture time.
Kyle, get in here.
1, 2, 3. Daniel, smile. 1, 2, 3. That's a good shot. Yay.
Nice.
So that's Elizabeth in the background.
Perfect. I'm ready.
The producer.
Portillo's,
Oh my god.
as the executive producer, if anyone would like to bribe me for a spot
Pepsi
in
or-
any of the next 922 Films productions, my email is
Oh.
ebeth626@gmail.com. I do take cash bribes
That's,
as well as Amazon wish lists.
What is this, OnlyFans?
okay.
I wish we could do cash bribes.
Spank money, make money.
We've got our
Joel
first
Haber.
question.
Yeah, first question.
Okay, let's go for it.
All right, Pepsi or Coke?
Coke.
Coke.
Pepsi.
Pepsi.
Pepsi, Coke.
Ed?
It tastes the same to me.
Pepsi. Okay.
Who's your most favorite character in all of your movies?
I don't like either.
Joel said didn't leave. What's your favorite character in all of your movies? Carl.
No.
Trevor.
Joel Hay.
Get back to me, sorry.
Joel Dick when he's.
You're a jerk. I'm trying to think.
All
here.
of our movies. Who's your
Does that
favorite?
include feature films?
Yes.
Or and short films?
I think they're talking about in your own films, right?
Yeah.
Like feature films only, not short
Yeah,
films?
feature films. Just feature films. Just go for it.
There's a character that Bellamy Sharp plays in The Bell Rings.
Perfect.
My favorite.
Okay.
Any
There's a character
from
that Richard McElroy plays in The Bell Rings, and he's my favorite.
The bell rings is going to be a good one.
I'm biased. Sam.
Dan already said Carl, but I will
Carl.
say
Ed, who?
I will say what's the
one you worked
anchor? His Kyle Montag.
Kyle Montag from Pull the Trigger.
Oh
Holy
my
shit!
gosh.
Deep cuts.
I don't know.
Oh, Ed.
I want to answer this next one. The favorite actor you've ever worked with.
Favorite actor you've ever worked with? Charles Johnson, who played Carl.
Elizabeth
Ooh.
Locks.
Nathan Cash, who played the boss.
Son of a bitch. All right. That's my name. No. Micah Mays from Waffles, because I loved working with him.
Dude, Jonathan Wyatt.
He's awesome.
Bellamy Sharp.
Morgan Tibbs.
Joel Dick.
That's a good one.
Film or digital? Digital.
Yeah.
Digital.
I shoot digital photography if that counts for anything. But
I think they're talking about
cannot-
for movies.
I know,
For
but
movie?
I would love to shoot on film, but right now digital is just the only thing we can afford.
Digital.
So.
That's
But-
basically what
but-
I was.
But
VHS.
Ah.
VHS.
What?
Edgar Wright or Tarantino?
Edgar Wright.
Tarantino.
Sorry.
Edgar Wright.
I think it's gonna be Edgar for me.
Tarantino.
Edgar Wright.
Tarantino.
Oh!
No disrespect to Edgar Wright, but Tarantino.
I feel like Edgar Wright is so great, but I feel like if Tarantino didn't exist, like film would be different.
Yeah.
Not So or Living with Trevor.
Wait, hold up, real quick. So sorry.
Not so or Living with
It
Trevor.
didn't have an
I
answer
thought
for right or
it
Tarantino.
says Lotus.
Not so or
Is that?
I don't know what
Yeah,
that.
like
Living with Trevor.
Spider-Man Lotus, which is like a fan film.
Ed didn't.
Never
have,
seen it.
Yeah.
Ed never had an answer for right or Tarantino.
Oh.
Tarantino or Wright?
I love both, but I have to go Tarantino.
Ah.
Okay.
What's Lewis?
Dark Knight versus Logan. Dark Knight. Never saw Logan.
Logan.
I'm
Logan.
Logan.
Did you say Logan? Yeah, Logan.
Logan.
I don't know what Logan is.
Oh.
Damn, savage.
Yo, you didn't watch it with
It's Wolverine.
Wolverine, the Logan.
Oh, that Logan. Dark Knight.
Dark Knight.
Nolan or Villeneuve?
Nolan.
Villeneuve.
Nolan.
Villeneuve.
Villeneuve.
Villeneuve is the dude who did Arrival.
I feel like
Nolan.
Nolan has just a larger body of work. I feel like going further down the line, maybe I would answer otherwise.
Bro.
He's doing
Fart or burp?
Burp.
Oh man.
Burp.
Fart.
If I'm smelling fart, if I'm doing it, fart as well. So fart.
Just
So good.
just farting. Just that's all it is.
Farting.
This is where.
Fart. Yeah.
Salty.
Do you guys do line budgets before you shoot? Or just winging it, add it up later.
Just wing it.
Wing it.
Wing it.
Wing it.
Wing it.
Kino Lober or Mill Creek?
Kino Lober.
I can't answer this.
I don't know what Mill Creek is. Kino Lober.
Don't know.
What is Kino Lober?
Film production.
There's like 2 people in this room that understand.
Yeah, that might have been a little too
Niche.
niche.
Okay, hang on. Who would win with Papa Hobbs or Mr. Fiddle?
Okay, that's a deep cut reference. Thank you, Travis. I think obviously the winner is going to be Papa Hobbs.
Yeah, Papa Hobbs.
Okay.
I'd say Mr. Fiddle.
Feet or hands? What?
Oh.
Feet.
Tarantino
Feet,
has
baby.
Feet.
Feet.
You s-
Always feet.
Hands.
Your neighbors are wondering, why are they chanting feet?
Feet.
Oh my god. Video carnage or videotaping an actual murder.
Sorry, guys.
As someone who was murdered on tape, I will say murder because it's really easiest to sit there and get stabbed when it's getting filmed. It's not that
Murder is cool. Ethan.
bad. This is coming from the person
Suicide
who
is
was murdered.
Looks
Oh,
like me.
we got shit got real.
Oh, no.
Joel Dick or Joel Hafer?
Oh! Dude. Oh!
Joel Dick is here right now. I love you, Joel Haver.
You beat me.
Joel Dick can at least hand me $5 in person.
Oh! Wait, I'm biased. Go to the next person.
Oh my god.
I think we can just move on.
Yeah. How can I?
That was.
Oh, here. Dan Lotz or Caleb Lotz?
Okay.
Caleb
Was that
Lotz,
one
though.
person?
Glasses or contacts, which is specific.
I have glasses.
I've never done
Contacts. Contacts all the way.
I've only worn glasses, and I stopped wearing them after COVID because I can't see with my mask on. So probably contacts at that point, but
Have you
blindness is
done
fine.
Are you blind right now?
Salty or
I can see
sweet?
fine enough.
Oh! Joel Haver left the chat.
Damn.
My future collaboration with Joel is just now, it's gone. It's never going to happen.
Yeah, my $5 are gone.
Script or storyboard?
Storyboards.
Right?
Neither.
Storyboards.
Organized or not organized?
Oh, Shrek 1 or Shrek 2? Shrek 2.
Energy you came into that with. Fantastic.
Caleb Lotz or Dan Roberts?
Caleb Lotz or Dan Robinson?
Okay, Dan Robinson flows better.
Dan Robinson just sounds like a fucking badass name.
Dan
I
Robinson.
sound like I run like an animated TV show or something. I'm Dan Robinson.
Dan Robinson's is going to be the main character of my next movie.
Yes. Yes.
Dan paying for dinner or no dinner? Joel's gonna pay for dinner.
What am I supposed to respond to?
Joel's
Joel's gonna do that. Oh, should I say woo or no?
Yeah.
This is why you're our favorite.
Caleb loves the Shrek.
Yes, I do.
Oh yeah.
Stepmother or
Kyle-
stepsister.
Kyle knows what's up.
Stepmother or stepsister.
Jordan, I can answer for you. So,
Jordan.
What's sad is you all know what my answer would be, so I'm gonna leave that within this room.
Stepsister.
You know what?
Say it? Oh my god.
I don't even know what to do, guys. Come on.
I I'm ending this right now.
I'm thinking of ending things.
I'm thinking of.
Oh.
Hey, wait, okay.
Okay, let's see. Chris Farley or John Belushi?
Farley.
Farley.
I think it's gotta be Farley.
Belushi.
Belushi.
Oh.
Someone hit some quick questions. You got 4 minutes.
Okay. Tommy Wiseau or Neil Breen?
Neil Breen.
Tommy Wiseau.
Tommy Wiseau.
That's so tough.
Neil
Hard.
Breen.
Wizzo.
I've watched more Neil Breen compilations recently, so Neil Breen.
I have no idea.
Tommy Wiseau leans into his shtick. Neil Breen
Doesn't,
and it's amazing.
I have no idea who Bream is.
That's okay.
Look him
What's
up.
the-
Look him up.
All right.
I think this is it. I think I'm gonna just give the final closing thoughts and then we're gonna end it.
In terms of
So-
lights or camera, I choose action.
Perfect.
Sorry,
Oh, no,
I had to sneak that one in.
Okay.
I had it ready.
Thank you guys for all.
Oh no! Sorry. Look. Oh no, stepbrother. I'm stuck.
7 or 7?
7 or 7? Oh.
Seventh.
7.
7.
Okay.
We gotta take
Yeah.
a big group picture.
We'll get that.
Everybody
Thank you
looks
guys for
outside.
joining us on this live stream. This was amazing. And for everyone sitting in this room, I'm going to stop. But like the thing lags for like forever. So once we get the audio unplugged, then we can all trash talk the chat. I just love you guys.
Favorite
I'm being funny.
drug?
I'm being funny. Favorite drug?
Wait, shouldn't we like walk out as we walk?
Yeah.
in?
Everyone. Okay. Ready, guys? Everyone to walk out. Ready?
All right.
Bye.
Adios.
I'm
Bye.
glad I found,
Peace out.
I'm glad I found the bathroom finally.
Do 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 do.
Just imagine that the credits are playing right now.
Da 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 da. Okay, we are ending the stream. Anything to say, Elizabeth?
Stay tuned for updates on Folk Filmmaking Camp 2022.
Yep, we're working on it. So, love you guys all.